coming soon. Until then, enjoy the vibes.
My baby, your body's on fire. Hey, body's on fire. Johnson. My baby, your body's on fire. Hey, body's on fire. My baby, your body's on fire. Yeah. One I can do with the da. Me, I no get time at the da. Dada cover my face, calling me la da. Biggie man, we know the where I money, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. We can ride the wind, and the beat, die for nothing, my nigga. What's it come? Chihuahua, all the belly, the galley, ride the wind, I know it, die for nothing. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commentate.
I can't come and kill myself.
Anything way I they try to they do on my way.
I can't come and kill myself.
Plenty survive baby face, just to make sure money day. All my people that go say I know one buy, I know one time. I know one payment, I want enjoy, I want jump life, I want buy me food, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, what's it come? Chihuahua, all the belly, they get it, ride the money, and the feet, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it come? Chihuahua, all the belly, they get it, ride the money, and the feet. Different things them happening, schemes and packaging. In a one night for shows I'm juggling, flow like the ocean, my boat I'm paddling. Shadashi no fella, that's my bro, my family, bros in chains. When it comes to money, I take concentrate. Like I tell you straight, you are not my mate. If you become mission, I be head of state. All my people then go say I know one fight, I know one time, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want jump life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, my nigga, what's it come? Chihuahua, all the belly, they can get, ride the money, and the beat, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it come? Chihuahua, all the belly, they can get, ride the women, and the beat, die for nothing. Oluwa,
All right, I think I got sound issues already. So let me see. Can y'all press 1? Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Let me know, am I like too loud, too low? Are you hearing feedback or what? Because I'm getting some sound effects on my end. If so, I could work around it on my side. Try to find this other shit. And the thing I talked to Pizarro about, that has not been ready yet. But yeah, so this live is not about that. I wasn't really planning on going live, but after Jay Wilson's live, there's some things I need to say, and I didn't want to be disrespectful and just cuss everybody out on his platform or whatever. And I can't even promise y'all that I'm gonna cuss like that today, but I'm sure gonna clear up some shit, and I'm gonna say some shit, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you were messy. How that work out? You are the one. Look a fool. I don't look a fool about what? I'm confused. And I'm not, don't block anybody if they saying something that makes good sense, or even if they disagree with me, I don't have a problem with that. As long as they're not being disrespectful, I don't mind somebody calling me a fool. Like, I don't really have no issue with that. I just think y'all making something bigger than what the fuck it is. So that's why I came live or whatever. And then people are acting like I'm mad because Vivian didn't tell me something. Like, me and Vivian don't even talk about that type of shit. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? And then y'all was like, don't let her talk to you like that. And Vivian's going to do this. And Vivian's going to, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Why would Vivian ever talk to me any kind of way? I always talk to Vivian with respect. I always talk about her with respect. So why would she be disrespecting me is what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and pin the link out also, because I shared the link on the community wall. And I do feel like if you're going to be extra disrespectful, in the words of Jay Wilson, put a collar on it. Put a collar on it, or either hit the link. Don't just be typing, trying to get arthritis up in the chat. Okay? Now, I got to do this before I get started because clearly somebody has missed their motherfucking medication. Med check. Med check. Oh, Lord, she did a whole lot trying to cuss y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care about the cruise in a way that I'm trying to sabotage it or whatever. I love when content creators are out here doing things for the sector. I always support that. And when I said something about my bank, it had nothing to do with my bank as much as it had to do with the device and the method in which I was trying to handle that. You know what I mean? So going forward, nobody's going to ever even hear me mention Juicycation. And then they said, oh, I laughed when she said that she didn't buy a prayer cloth. No, what I did was he was selling prayer cloths. And I said, I don't want one for myself. And I said, however, you can go ahead and pick, like, I think I picked like 3 people. Probably was like 3 because I always do stuff in either 3s or 10s. So I was like, you can let 3, pick 3 people, do a giveaway, and I will cash app, and I cash app Vivian the money for the prayer cloths. But I didn't purchase one for myself. Like, I'm not going to do that. So what's the problem? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Y'all really making something way bigger than what it is. Now, this is my thing. I said what I said, and I stand on it. Miss Cruiser wanted recognition. She wanted to be seen. She wanted everybody to know that she was being a part of it. So if she says that that's something that she always does, right? Then basically, when we went over to Pizarro's, and she seemed like she was offended because Vivian didn't say this or that or whatever. So you could have just not said anything at all, and we still wouldn't know that you sent the director. We wouldn't know that you did this. We wouldn't know that you blah, blah, blah. You said all of this because you wanted everybody to know that. Okay? Okay? See, like, when I'm doing certain things, right? Or like when I have certain intel that comes to me, right? I don't give up my sources. Let's get started with that. That's number 1. Number 2, you could have just shut the fuck up and nobody would have known anything. We wouldn't know whether you was going, you wasn't going, you may be going, or whatever. But you decided to hit Pizarro link and explain basically like, oh yeah, people, but they should have told. Okay, so you got your recognition. That's what you wanted. I wanted to be messy, and I got what the fuck I wanted. Okay. I think the same thing. It really turned into something that it really wasn't. And then when it comes to the BS thing or whatever, she definitely said some stuff that I did not say. She got it all mixed up or whatever. So if I said it, play it. VS always keeps receipts. Play it. Bayless record everything. So if you have me saying that on tape, play it. Your receipt is always, you read something on Lipstick Alley, but somehow you never heard nothing for yourself all the time. Child. So it's never, you ain't got a lot to kick it. No, the Biggie face is cool. Be peeping game. So, I mean, I don't like that whole little thing or whatever. Like, it turned into something that it really wasn't. And then the whole, whatever. So, child, I don't know. I don't know. Now, so like I said, with and so when it goes to VS, right? I feel like Cruiser's trying to rehash some shit that I basically washed. But what I'm saying to anybody, you know what I'm saying, whether it be Cruiser or whomever, if they have a beef with me, they can just go ahead and state they have a beef with me, and then tell me exactly what you want to do about it. You see what I'm saying? So if you tell me, like if Miss Cruiser says, I got a beef with you or I don't like you, so what I'm going to do on my channel is I'm going to talk shit about you. Okay, fine. I'm not going to respond back to you because I'm not going to your channel to hear anything you're talking about. I'm not going to be hitting links and engaging with you different places to go back and forth. Because I've already told everybody, see, I'm really serious about my relationship with God. And I told everybody, this is a time for peace, and then there's a time to kill. So if there's anybody that's beefing with me and they're ready for it's a time to kill, then basically that's what they need to let me know. It's time for war. Let's not play with it. Let's not play with it. Let's not skate around it. You know what I mean? Let's not do any of that. If you just want to roast and gag, that's cool. That's going to be one-sided. I'm not going to engage in that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be cussing and screaming and doing all that other crazy stuff. Okay? I'm not going to do the doxing and all that other stuff, right? But if a person really wants to do it, let's not waste time. You see what I'm saying? Let's not waste time. That's what I've been saying this whole time. And I haven't seen anything to where it's, okay, it's a time to kill. There are people who are talking. That's just noise. I don't even hear it. I don't even see it, even when I don't have my glasses on. You get what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. And she also even lied and said that I had told Vonnie Vaughn, fuck her and all that other stuff. And I asked her where that receipt was that day. And you know, this is the truth. I haven't talked to Larry since I don't know when. I don't have any beef with him or anything like that. He probably really don't talk to me like that because I be over at Jay Wilson's a lot or whatever. So, you know, I don't know. I think when Jay Wilson say there are no friends on YouTube, this is why he says it. Because when people do know that there's any type of little situation, look what y'all try to drum up between me and Vivian today. Look how y'all try to turn that into something. Y'all wanted her to cuss me out and all this other crazy stuff. This is why people don't state anything that's going on with them. Period. And so also last night, I don't know if the person that I just talked to on the phone, do you want to hit the link or do you want to call? And this is my thing too. If y'all don't like mess, get the fuck out the beef sector. Because every last one of y'all are subscribed, whether it's to me, whether it's to Jay Wilson, whether it's to Pizarro, whether it's to Brianna, Kimmie, whomever. Okay? You guys are all subscribed to those people because you like fucking mess. If you didn't like mess, then when I'm not talking about fucking mess, those videos will have, which I do have some with thousands and thousands of views, but I didn't have my last couple panels. And I didn't keep it real cute. We didn't talk about shit that matters. Then talked about all kind of stuff about the world. Guess what? Nobody gave a fuck. The tops I had in there was 50 people in the goddamn room. But I still continue to do it. But then y'all sit here and y'all complain and say, oh, you being messy. You fucking right. I've been messy since I got up this morning because I was in the goddamn mood. I felt like being motherfucking messy. That's why I'm in the beef sector. Because I like mess. But I also like to do other stuff. I don't prefer to do the mess every day, all motherfucking day long. I don't have 1,000 hours a day to watch all these different people and be responding to different people or whatever. No, not that part, not that phone person. I'm talking to the person that's in the chat right now typing. Let me text you because I want to talk about that conversation from last night because I had asked Kimmie to come over here. I don't know if Kimmie's in here right now because I'm so sorry for being rude, not speaking to everybody, but I was in some type of mood over there at the church house, child. Oh Lord, no. I'm seeing your text from last night. You too late. You too late, because I've been told you that. I've been told you that. Hey Mo, hey Voodoo. Look, I don't know. I just don't have time to play with it. If anybody wants to cuss me out or whatever, I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with it. Get your clicks, get your views. If you don't like me, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cuss me out. You're supposed to drag me. You're supposed to talk about me. That's the beef sector. It is what it is. Now, when you start doing different things like stalking or, just going too far with shit, then that's a different situation. But at that point, it's best to just like hit my link, because I always make my link available. It's always in the description. So even if you block, you can still hit the link. I put it on my community wall. And if you're ready for a time for war, then just let me know you want to go to war. But anything in between that, it's just not worth it for me. Like, if I can't completely, I don't want to just step off the porch. I want to do a fucking cartwheel off the fucking porch. You get what I'm saying? Because if I have to really come off the porch, I'm just going to set the whole street on fucking fire, and I'm going to walk away and never turn back. So I don't really want to do any of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, get your clicks and views. I don't have a problem with it. That's what we're supposed to be doing. No matter what it is. I mean, even I was talking to Pizarro or whatever earlier about the challenges. If she want to do challenges, hey, do challenges. If people didn't like it, they wouldn't show up for it. If people didn't want to participate, they wouldn't donate towards it. People are donating towards it. People are showing up for it because they like it. So people can do whatever it is that they have to do. But let's not waste each other's time. Some people wait years to do something. Some people, we've been on here for years and they still haven't done certain things. Let's not play with it. So, Ms. Crozer, I have let that situation with VS go. As far as I know, she has not spoke on me. I have not spoke on her. So I'm not going to make me get into something or stir up some old shit with her. Now, if she wants to revisit it and y'all want to go back and forth with it, that's between y'all. But like I said, I only need a heads up when somebody's ready to actually go to war. Anything in between then, I'm not interested in it. Okay? I'm not interested. Bella says, stay my ass on the porch, child. I'm going to do a goddamn cartwheel now. And I mean, to be honest, wait, she came in her chat and said, I want to fight with who? VS came in her chat and said, you want to fight with her. I want to or I don't want to? I'm confused because I did a video, I don't know how long ago, where somebody said that I was over there trolling VS. And I was like, I've never even been to your channel before. And I even told her then she could click the link, even though I still have that issue with her because that was not straightened out. Oh, VS says I want to beef with her. Yeah. Well, the link is right there. If she has a question, she could ask it. Or if she's telling me she wants to fight with me or whatever, I mean, the link is right there, but I've never been to her channel, so I don't know. I have no clue. I haven't heard anything. So to the other person that has not hit this link yet. Hold on a second. Let me make a call right quick, y'all. Let me get y'all some music for a second. Okay, so at this point, I have you on speaker. I don't. Okay, you don't have to say your name if you don't want to. Hold on, let me get back to
No, I'm not.
Yeah, because I can't see the chat. So last night, you had gave me a call or whatever, and hold on, don't text me while I'm on here because you know I can't multitask too good, unless it's the link for that recording. Okay, so you called me last night. So do you want to get back into that, or do you want me to just jump into today on why you don't want to have that conversation?
Oh, jump into today.
Okay, so I got a call last night or whatever, and so a lot of things was said, you know, back and forth, yada yada yada. And so now we're gonna jump into today, where I had saw Kimmie, because the conversation with last night, it kind of involved Kimmie in a way of just more like, not in a bad way, but like kind of like wanting to talk to her, you know, basically wanting to have a town hall meeting, so to speak. Let me put it that way, right? And so I was pretty much advising against it, like, you know, just let that go. And so then today, I saw Kimmie, but then by the time this person woke up, they're no longer interested in that story. Is there anything else you want to say about that?
No.
Other than what did you say to me?
Well, I said to you that I thought that person was fragile. And I believe that from whatever that gentleman was saying, if she made a choice, this could break her, because she has stated to Jay Wilson months and months ago she didn't have any friends. And now she has Tracy as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a person that's your friend that you can depend on, and this is your first friend, right?
Right.
And you're having a choice whether to pick your friend or your man who ditched you already, but your heart is still there. You can, you know, if a person is fragile, it only takes but so much to break.
Right. But I told you that person is not fragile.
Yeah, you said that. And so that person came online, and she seemed to be not fragile that I thought she could have been. So
right.
That made me decide, you know, that you were right and I was wrong.
Right. But how many times did I tell you that over and over and over again? And you were very emotional about the situation. And I was like, no, I don't think you're seeing things correctly.
I know. And I texted you and I said, you were right and I was wrong. But
see, I didn't even see that text until just now.
You were asleep by that time or something. But yeah, it was so, you know, when I saw the person come back alive, I was like, get out of here. You know, I'm like, no way. But yeah, you were right, I was wrong. Not fragile, but I still think it's a very hard decision to make. And I still believe that decision was being pressured, even though the person said nobody pressured her, right? Which I don't believe. But, you know, because there's only a cruise coming up in 2 weeks. And usually this person always got something to do and say when it's something that she wants to do that's new outside her normal life.
Yeah. But the thing is, let me just say, Kimmie, in case Kimmie is listening or hears this, I don't want her to think like I'm behind the scenes talking about her or something like that, because you know how people will spin shit. But she was just basically wanting to like talk to Kimmie, like, you know, please stick by her side. She really needs you, type of situation or whatever like that. And I was more just like, I just don't like, you know, Kimmie looking like the bad person. Like she's the one that put that story out here about the person when she really didn't do that. So that was my standpoint. The link is here we go, Joyce.
I don't really believe right now at this moment that all of this that's happening is because of whatever Kimmie said. I really don't. I just think it was an excuse to use that to stir this up because it's only 2 weeks to a cruise. You know, when people want to be vengeful, they use whatever weapon they have. And this was his weapon at the moment. He could have used anything, but this was the only good weapon at the moment he has.
You want your camera on?
No.
No, not you, honey. Not you. I'm talking to Joyce.
Oh.
Nah.
I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, Shells, and then I'll jump in. Okay.
Okay. Let me know when you finish calling.
Okay.
Oh, I'm finished.
Oh, you're done? Okay. You can go ahead, Joyce.
Okay, Joyce.
All right. So I did a live about some of this earlier.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just say, I don't like what I saw yesterday. I like MU, but she's getting a side-eye right now because you had been saying that Kimmie was being lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And
just like April's being lined up, but go ahead.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Kimmie and Tracy have been going through it with MU. This is what pisses me off about MU. If I have a vested interest in her sobriety because you know what happened with my cousin.
Right.
So I want anybody that has an addiction, I want them to beat it. But don't play in our faces when we're trying to support you and have your back while you make it through this journey. Now, the second thing that pisses me off is that Pizarro, and I know you're cool with her, but Pizarro was in Kimmie's chat asking, well, do you think MU is on drugs like Don Cato said? Mm-hmm. Okay, Kimmie didn't answer that question. She didn't want to answer that question. To my knowledge, I don't think she answered
said
that
she wasn't, if I can recall, I think she might have said she didn't know, or I don't know, or something like that. Yeah. I know Pizarro said she didn't think so. So I remember that part, but I don't remember.
She left that question open.
Oh, she left it open. That's what the caller said.
Okay. So she didn't answer. That's what I thought. But then also, Pizarro went on MU's page last night and was bringing it up. Well, so here's the thing. Don't play and it's no love lost with Tracy, but don't play in Tracy and Kimmie's face, but allow Pizarro to play in yours.
Wait, how's Pizarro playing in her face?
Because yes, they can hear you. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. That store is big as hell. It's fucking wet as shit out there. That's Ashlyn. I'm picking her up from work.
Oh, I thought she was saying something about Pizarro. I'm like, what?
Come on, baby. I gotta drop one more. So,
how is Pizarro playing in her face, though? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Because you're asking if she's still on drugs. Pizarro is always using MU for content, always dragging MU.
What that got to do with playing in her face? What you think? Don't
play in them two people's face. That's your friend and been holding you back down no matter what. But when it comes to Pizarro, look, it was a lot. Kimmie was being set up, then made to look like she a liar, and made to look like towards Don Cato that she's finna get this legal work and all this and all that. That's some bullshit.
Okay, I'm still confused about the Pizarro part. And maybe when I'm talking, you could mute your side because we got some type of feedback.
All right.
In chat too. Let me know if my sound is okay because there's something that's not right with the sound. Like Raz, Brooklyn, New York. Can you let me know? Angie, could you let me know? Shantae, Uncle Claude, press a 1. Do I sound okay? Is my sound all right?
You sound perfect.
I sound okay to you? Well, you on the phone, so that's different.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they can hear me because I'm trying to understand. Okay, Joyce, how is Pizarro playing in Misunderstood's face? What is it that she did yesterday? Because I watched Misunderstood and I watched Pizarro over there. I was actually defending Pizarro earlier because I felt that people were being very hard and harsh on her. She was asking questions that everybody was thinking. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking it. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the thing, right? And this is where I'm kind of, thank y'all, chat. Thank y'all so much. this is the part where I'm starting to have an issue with the beef sector, right? Are we beefing or are we not beefing? Are we not so much being beef? I'm sorry, let me take that back. Are we not being messy or what? I thought that's what we were supposed to be doing. So it's like, if everybody's always kind and gentle, then there is no beef sector. There is no drama. There is no nothing. So I just don't understand, like, if we always go tiptoeing around everybody, then there's nothing to be said. I don't think Pizarro said anything that was shady. I think she asked questions that everybody was thinking. I didn't understand why she was getting that energy back. I don't know if it's because it's a set of group where it's like, okay, Pizarro and her have a relationship, and then she also has a relationship with 2 other content creators that have a relationship with each other. So it's like the 3 of them, there's something there. And then there's Pizarro over here by her side, and then you kind of got V. Lenore somewhere in the middle. But I just don't understand what Pizarro is doing that's any different per se. That I don't know.
What Pizarro is doing differently is that she has stated, I guess a week or so ago, she gets so mad with Kimmie and Tracy for babying you.
Right. Well, yeah. And so that's what I don't think that's playing in somebody's face. That's holding somebody accountable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Pizarro is like, stop babying her. Straight up and tell her what you think. You know, she's a grown woman. She can take it. So, like, Pizarro knows how far she can go with MU. And MU will back off when it comes to Pizarro because she knows that she can't overfight her. But
I disagree. I disagree.
I don't know their whole friendship. I'm gonna let you respond, Joyce. I don't know their whole friendship. I haven't been watching Pizarro forever. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like I can say, oh, for the last year, you know, but I know I saw what I saw yesterday, that whole live. And I feel like she asked questions that everybody was thinking. And I don't see where she did anything that was wrong.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay, go ahead, Joyce. So tell me, so
the plan in the space is, like I said, she's got 2 other friends that have to go through hell and high water with her, slanging and banging, woo banging out here for her when people bring her up and all kinds of stuff, especially Kimmie. Kimmie's taking more beatings and woo banging for MU than anybody, but yet Kimmie was the main one being lied on and set up. You know what I'm saying, with this ordeal. She's always taking shots for her. And I'm just like, I don't want to get in between what they got going on, but I am going to speak on it because I'm, you know the sis. And you know about me, you, and the sis. So I can't fight everybody for y'all, but when I see y'all being mistreated or some fuck shit going on, yeah, I'm going to say something.
Yeah, I don't see what I do for me personally, and I've learned the hard way. I stay out of it when it comes to these content creators and their relationships because they make up and break up. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to jump off a ledge because I feel that this person is treating this person this type of way, and then they make up and they back cool. And I'm on the outside and I'm looking fucking crazy. And I didn't cuss them out. I didn't maybe dox them. I didn't, flag a video. I'm not saying I've done these things per se, but I'm just saying, like, it just doesn't make sense because even when I left off YouTube, right? When I was out the country and all that stuff or whatever. When I left, the people who were beefing with each other, by the time I came back, those people were cool. And who was cool, they was now beefing. That is what goes on in the sector. And I'm not just talking about, I'm not saying like, oh, Kimmie, I'm not talking about them. I'm speaking in general, right?
Yeah.
It does not make sense. And that's why I had to give Beach that apology because although I feel like, and I really don't want to go back to that because we washed it. And once the situation is washed, I don't really want to, revisit it or whatever. But I felt the need to apologize to Beach because I escalated it based on other people and their beefs, and they were not my beefs. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when you try to speak up for people, you know what I'm saying, or you try to speak on what's right, I don't have a problem doing that. but I'm not going to speak on anybody's individual relationships because, first of all, nobody over here is getting walked over on. Everybody is cussing and dragging each other out. So even if this person is talking to this person crazy, guess what? They didn't talk back to them fucking crazy too, because that's what it's given. You know what I mean? So I just, for me, I'm not going to get involved in anybody's situation. Like if you and Kimmie get into it, let's just say, God forbid, y'all get into it or whatever. I'm just going to stay out of it. I'm not going to get in the middle of it. Now, if I do get in the middle of it, it's going to be in the way that I have done many times, where I try to pull the two people together and say, look, hey, look, that wasn't that deep. Do you think we could talk to this person? And do you think we could all try to figure it out and get it solved? I've done that many times. So I don't mind doing that. But if y'all get into it and y'all going back and forth, I'm not going to, take Kimmie's side and then do all of this stuff to you because now of her. Y'all might end up getting back cool in 2 months or whatever. And then now me and you pissed off with me because I didn't took it all the way there. So I just think that with these people relationships, let them have their relationships, just like the relationships in real life, whoever they dating or whatever. If they with a nigga and that nigga ain't no motherfucking good, then motherfucking well, the next nigga they get with ain't gonna be no good either. You know why? Because it all stems from self-love. It stems from self-love. And it's people are only gonna do to you what the fuck you allow. So if you allow a man to dog you out, he's gonna dog you the fuck out. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm just saying, from what I was looking at, and this is me giving my commentary on the situation, I saw the setup with how Kimmie was being set up, and then the sobriety thing as far as everybody asking, is she sober and stuff like that. And I'm invested in that part because I want her to make it. But
I can be honest and say I'm not invested at all. I mean, do I hope she make it? Yeah, I hope everybody makes it in life. But I have been watching people on YouTube for a long time, and I've got invested in people, in their well-being and stuff like that. But people have to want better for themselves. Everybody has to try to do the best for themselves that they can do every single day. And it ain't a goddamn thing we could do about it. And even when it comes down to the relationships, whether friendship or not, even with me, if I'm friends with somebody, I know when to call it quits. I know what I'm not going to put up with, even as a friend. I know when I'm going to walk away. I know when I'm going to step away. And I know also what I'm not going to walk back into. So with that being said, people got to let her do what she want to do, even in her relationship. If you don't understand it, she's a grown woman. She want to be with that man. Let her be with him. She want to accept mistreatment. Oh, well.
One of the things that Zia is planting in people's head is the picture he put up the last time that he was there online, or whatever. He put up a picture of MU being on drugs, right? Mm-hmm. And it was supposed to be a recent picture. So he had her hairstyle of what she's wearing today, what she's wearing 2 years ago, with her picture of what she's wearing today. Her hairstyle did not match her style today, and he did that to make people think she's still on drugs. But when I was introduced to this young lady, I went back because I kept hearing her story. She looked real bad when she was on drugs. When I came along, she was supposed to be clearing out or whatever, and then she, I guess, did some more whatever. But she looks quite different now. She looks a lot more healthy. Yeah. And she was smiling before 2 weeks ago. All those cooking contests, she was smiling that she was doing. She was like happy until ZX decided to keep dogging her out 2 weeks before the cruise. I don't know. I'm just saying, I know how most, due to wanting to have a control, will go through to get that woman back to him.
Hold on one second. Let me say this. Voodoo, I didn't never take your wrench away. We're on the other page. You have a wrench on the OG something other page. I'm gonna mod you up on this side because everybody that's modded on the other side wasn't, moderated over here because I wasn't even over here. So I gotta do it on the YouTube side. Okay. All right. So yeah, you should be good there. Yeah, I mean, but when I told you that last night about when you said that about ZX last night, what did I say to you? Even then,
I forgot the word she used, but in other words,
no, basically, right. I don't care. Okay, so I gotta do it on my phone. Okay, so I don't care. That's the one part that I said I don't care. But I also
and you agreed with a lot of things that ZX was saying,
right? And I also said if he was like a threat to her or whatever, why is she calling him on the phone? So I don't see anything wrong if a person is. I want to be away from a person. The last thing I'm going to do is call them on the phone, no matter what it's about.
Yeah, but you assuming people are going to react like you do. Everybody reacts differently. And like, let's say if it was me, right? And my man was, telling this gentleman all about me and, just said, whatever you want to say about her, go ahead. Because I want her back. And I want her away from her two friends. So whatever you got to say, go do it. And my heart is broken. I'm like, I need to talk to him. He won't answer. And, I may pick up the phone and call the one person that is dogging me out. Of course, we all know that I would not.
Wait, who does that though?
Huh?
Who does that in real life?
You mean ZX?
No. Who calls somebody that's so horrible and harassing them and doing all of these things that they don't like? Who picks up the phone to call that person?
I've heard Kimmie say quite a few horrible things about her. Is she still not talking to Kimmie?
Okay, no. Well, not when. Okay, when they have been beefing, they ain't never picked up the phone to call for what? When they're beefing, they said horrible things to each other.
She jumps right on her link. Yes, she does.
When she said, what has she said horrible and still got on the link?
Oh man, there's a lot of horrible things that Kimmie has said, and at the time that I was beginning to listen to it, I could understand how could you be a friend with someone who said these things, but that's who she is. I mean, you can actually say anything, and she's just going to go over her head if she likes you. It doesn't matter.
Wait. Pause. Okay, so you're saying that. Okay, you're saying that she likes Kimmie, and Kimmie calls her bad names, and she still gets on the link. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Give me some examples of that because I haven't seen that.
That's so long ago, I can't even remember.
Oh, somebody said she's not screwing Kimmie though. So yeah.
It would be the same thing as if, you cussed me out, right? And I was so low self-esteem that, I'm going to call you whether you live or not and, be like, but you're wrong about that. Instead of just saying, like, F you, kiss my ass, never talking to you again, which of course is me, but it's not. That's not her.
The chat said that you're biased, and I'll have to say that I think you are a little biased because, and I've told you this before. Remember when I told you, I said you love her or whatever, and so you don't see things the way I see it.
I got a soft heart for the girl. I just seen too many women struggling to find their way out again. And when you're fighting your way back to reality as a female, it's twice as hard. So I have a soft heart for any female.
But you know what? I have a soft heart. Let me tell you what I got a soft heart for. I got a soft heart for the people who are being accused of things that they're not even doing. I have a soft heart for the ones where, you know what I mean, people are talking about lawsuits for some stuff that they didn't even bring to YouTube. That's who I have a soft heart for. See, YouTube, and especially the beef sector, that shit made my heart very fucking hard. It's hard for me to feel a lot of times. Sometimes I be trying to check to see if I'm still fucking human. Sometimes I feel like I don't have no fucking emotion because I have seen it all. I used to sit here and shed tears, real tears for people at times in situations. Not no more. So at the end of the day, you know what? You have friends who are also taking fucking heat. You also have friends who are taking up beefs on this person's behalf. You see what I'm saying? So this is not a relationship that's unbalanced. You know, even what Joyce is saying with Pizarro, everybody's getting something and everybody's gaining something one way or another. There are no fucking victims here. There are no victims here. There are no victims here.
Well, that's true.
There are no victims.
I just understand where Pizarro is coming from when it comes to her. She doesn't baby her. So she, like, you know.
But you baby her too. You baby her too.
Her, so I don't.
You said you what?
I don't talk to her, so I don't.
Well, you can baby a person even in their chat. You can baby a person by even supporting. Being that extra person that's in the live that's listening shows that you're interested in whatever the fuck is taking place, whether it is good or whether it is bad. Okay? So, hey.
So you saying I babied CX for listening to that crap?
Well, no. The thing is, you might not be babying him, but you called me crying on the phone about her.
Yeah, but
that's babying. Huh?
I only did that one time.
Well, it might have been one time, but you still were like you were. I even when I saw Kimmie, I wanted to talk about this because you were so emotional, and the only thing that bothered me was seeing you emotional. I'm like, I don't want you getting invested. I don't want you to have your feelings invested in somebody else because you're thinking that this person is being harassed or this or that, but clearly this person is loving the fucking attention. You know, so I didn't want your emotions to be all in it. And that's what I want for everybody to look at this shit as entertainment. Some of it is not entertaining because it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, this is entertainment. So
I do take a lot of things personal. Like, if somebody attacks you, say something horrible about you, I'm never going to befriend that person. Even if you do, I'm just not. That's not how it works with me. So the few people that attacked you, the two people that attacked you horribly, I am never befriending them. That was just way too out of line for me. So yes, I do take things very personal when my heart is open up to that person.
Now, this is what Miss Ebony says. And Miss Ebony, last time she be on it. She says to stay relevant in the beef sector, MU takes crap from pizza. Now, let's just be honest. I don't know whether she's taking crap from her or not, but there are a lot of people that I feel like kiss up to Pizarro or try to stay close to her because if there were a king or queen in the sector, you know, Pizarro says she's not the queen, but I feel like she's the queen because she can pull them numbers all the time, anytime. And she's not even showing us her face, which is the smart thing to do. I mean, as much as I love to see people on camera and connect with them because that's how I got started, I also understand why people get behind avatars. I understand why the subscribers don't want nobody to know who they are. I get it. I understand it. And if I would have came into this game 2022, cut your YouTube off. 2022 or 2023, I would definitely be an avatar.
Yeah, she's smart, you know, which means, as she calls herself, the #1 troll. She can go anywhere, cuss anybody out, and nobody knows who she is.
LA Ball said nobody's a queen over here. I think, to be honest, I think all black women are queens. That's my personal opinion. So if you black, you a queen in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying in the form of a number thing. But I do agree that nobody owns this sector. Nobody particularly run the sector. Everybody brings something to the sector, you know, old or new or whatever. And to be honest, and I've always said this from day one, the subscribers are really like the melting, just the everything of the sector. The subscribers, they stay on it. They know the history. They know what's going on. Sometimes the subscribers be dragging more than the content creator. You know what I'm saying? Without the subscribers, there would be none of these fucking panels. There would be no goddamn channels because the fucking subscribers have stayed undefeated. They don't miss shit. I like when people can disagree and it don't have to turn into no blocking or no disrespect, because I feel like you can state your opinion, but you don't have to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You can state how you feel, but you don't got to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You can state how you feel, but you know, we ain't got a beef behind it. We don't got to meet up later on and fight about it. You know what I'm saying? You can state your opinion. So that's what I like. But I'm going to tell you, the chat, girl, they not for you, okay? I'm looking, I'm peeking, and I'm seeing, and I don't think anybody is on your side right now, okay?
Me?
Yes, you.
Y'all not on my side?
They're not on your side at all, honey.
I'm coming to get each and every one of you.
I don't know if I can.
Who are you?
I would have to go on the other side to do the poll, but I could do the poll, and I'm quite sure it would be 90%. They say you biased. They asked, is you somebody's sister? I'm not going to say the name. Honey, they said you, and I'm telling you, it was hard for me because, you know, this is somebody that's been very good and sweet, you know, to me, right? So when she called me and she's crying and she's all upset about misunderstood, I'm like, girl, she'll be okay. She's not this weak, fragile person. She will be all right. She can handle it. She's good. And I think she just was feeling like maybe her friends were going to leave her or whatever like that. But you have to understand that real friends always remain friends. You get what I'm saying? So if there's a real friendship, then it'll always be just that. You know what I mean? As subscribers, y'all have to just look at this shit as entertainment and keep it pushing. You cannot take it to your home, take it to your bed, take it to your mind, take it to your spirit. You can't do that because sometimes you don't even know what's real. You don't know what's acting. You know, you don't know what's going on. The real tea is behind the scenes. Always has been, always will be. You know what I mean? Always has been, always will. Huh?
I was telling the chat, I'm learning. So don't hate me. I'm learning.
Okay, let me ask this, but I'm going to ask it in a respectful way. Have you, because I know sometimes people do gravitate and they start having sympathy towards people that remind them of themselves. So are you a former addict, or did you come from a family, like a parents of a former addict?
No, I just happened to meet up with so many women who were addicts and were struggling to come out of it on the other side. And a lot of them did not. And it started from junior high school, actually, when the girls were just dating guys. Mm-hmm. And guys were giving them drugs. And they would come up to me and tell me the most hard stories that happened to them. Gang raping and all kinds of things. And they would just give them drugs and knock them out or make them want to do these things. And these girls become so fragile. But
but that's also different. We're talking about people who, you know, somebody tricked them into doing something or dropped something in their drink. You know, we all have choices.
A drug is a drug, whether you 16 years old or whether you 21 years old.
No, I know a drug is there. I know a drug is a drug. Listen, I know a drug is a drug. I've actually had someone tell me one time, I do drugs. I'm not gonna say who, whatever, but someone said, I do drugs because I like it. I like getting high. And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, because maybe once they're high, they want to be high. When they come down off the high, or when they have to deal with reality, maybe they don't like the consequences that come behind that. But there are a lot of people who are doing drugs and they're loving every minute of it. You have some others that may be doing it and they see how it's destroying their life and they don't want no parts of it. But even though the stuff you're talking about, that does not correlate to what's going on here in the beef sector, right? Because we're not meeting.
Also,
hold up.
So I'm used to coming outside seeing junkies on the street.
Hold up. Let me take you off the speaker for a second. Hold on. Okay. So we are in the beef sector. For the most part, we're not meeting up with each other. Sometimes we are, sometimes we aren't. Nobody here has drugged anybody or got anybody into anything. So we're talking all here about adults, and we all have choices. I'm speaking in general. Each and every person, whether it be alcohol, whether it be weed, whether it be meth, whether it be cocaine, whether it be edibles, whether it be whatever. We are all adults, and we have choices on what we choose to do. So We cannot sit here and pour this person. Yes, we want people to get healthy. We want people to get well, but they gotta want it. And when they want it, they'll do it. And if they've done it, then hey, case fucking closed. But we cannot monitor these people like they're little ass children. Everyone has a choice. Sometimes maybe the sector can be too much for people. Maybe you need to log off. Maybe you need to delete your challenge. Maybe you don't need to be here. There's many times where I question myself, do I need to be here? You know what I'm saying? As a person with oh, I'm sorry, Kimmie, I didn't see you, baby. You know, do I need to be here as a person with mental and physical challenges? Do I need to be here in the midst of all of this? You know what I mean? But I make a conscious choice. It is up to me whether I want to click the link or I don't want to click the fucking link. I don't have to participate in this shit. There are no victims on this YouTube. Everybody that's doing something, they're doing it of their free fucking will. Period. It takes two people to do a lot of things, and sometimes it just takes one person to do something. Hold on, Triple Darkness. Let me make sure that's you.
Yeah, it's me. It's me, Queen. How you doing? Okay.
Hello. I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
Kimmie respond because her name was brought up a couple times, and you know, I hope that you ladies can keep this civil, but at the same time, a lot of things were said about Kimmie, so she does have the right to defend herself. I can't get mad with her on how her response is going to be to the things that you said, because you said a lot of things, and although that was your opinion of how you foresee things, we can't be offended if she feels offended about what was said. So I'm going to allow her the same respect that I gave you to say what she wants to say in response to what was said.
Hey, Shells. Hey, everybody. And thank you. Shelly, I don't want to talk to that idiot. Whoever that is very dumb. Let me tell y'all something. You have got to learn how to take the meat from the bones. I have done an extreme amount of covering, and the things that you think you know, you have no idea. And whoever this woman is sounds stupid. Because the reality of the situation is that if you can really see this shit for what it is, then and take the personalities out of it and stop making this about me and how you think I am. Because bitch, you don't know a fucking thing about me, ho. You don't know nothing about me, girl. If you subscribe, unmotherfucking subscribe, because I don't want people like you in my chat. It's something seriously wrong with you, lady. I don't know you. Shelly is my friend, and I came over here to support Shelly. I had no idea that a weirdo was sitting up here running her fucking mouth. What in the hell do you know about me or Misunderstood, lady? You don't know a fucking thing. It's a whole lot of shit that I could have said that I have not said. I'm being an excellent motherfucking friend. I sat quiet for days and watched her play in my motherfucking face. You don't know what you're talking about. Find something else to discuss, bitch. Move around. You don't know me, and I'm not in the mood for anybody's bullshit. If you have a question for me, ask. But do not sit your ass up here under the impression that you know a fucking thing about me or my relationship. And let me explain something else to you, lady. Anytime that I have cussed Misunderstood out, she fucking deserved it. Do you hear me? If I have publicly come out here and cussed her ass out, it's because of 20 other motherfucking things that she done did to me that I felt warranted her getting that verbal crucifixion. But those 20 other things is that sneaky shit don't nobody else see. Because y'all don't know every fucking thing.
Oh shit, hold on, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize you wasn't even on the damn speaker. Hold on, I'm sorry. You know how I am with this damn iPhone. Okay, caller.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, you can respond.
Okay. First of all, I'm not offended with your response because you have a right to feel like you do about me. But at the same time, I never said you weren't there from the beginning. I'm not an idiot. I'm only speaking of what I see, which does not make me stupid or an idiot. It makes me human. In case if you didn't know that. You know what human is? When you're trying to be
Girl,
with
listen,
all
I'm
that
not
gospel
Dr.
crap,
Phil, lady.
try to
I
push
don't
out,
give a
and yet
shit.
at the same
I
time,
don't
you're
give
going to
a
trust
shit
somebody else.
about your
So,
sad
hey,
ass,
let's not get
funky
me
ass
started,
story, bitch.
girl. You know,
We
let
done
me
all had the
turn
same.
around.
Oh, we done
And
Oh
all
my
been
I
through
god.
was trying
something,
to be a
lady.
Christian,
You
so
are a
God let me
disgusting
come.
piece of
And at the
shit
very
and a
same time,
fucking
you
pygmy
know
sitting
I'm
on a
cussing.
goddamn
So
speakerphone
don't call me
with
idiot.
Shelly, bitch.
As I said
You are a
before,
weirdo
I'm
and a
only
fucking
stating what
freak.
I see. And what I see
I don't want to
is
hear
that
nothing
if
about
I
your
had a
sad ass
friend
story,
like
bitch. I ain't
you who
Ayala.
actually came out in public and said anything about me as you did, that would not be a friend of mine ever again.
Oh, shut up,
Yeah.
bitch. You
I
ain't got no
okay.
But
motherfucking
that's
friends,
me.
whore.
That's
If
not
you
her.
had any
Okay.
You
motherfucking
don't
friends, they
mind
would have
Henny.
directed you not to get your
I'm not
stupid
done.
ass on
You don't
Shelly
mind
Live with
Henny
this
as
bullshit.
a friend.
Do you hear me, girl?
You're not
I
my
don't want to
friend.
hear a
Hold on
fucking
one
thing
second.
about your
Kimmy, hold on one
goddamn
second.
problems,
That's
lady.
exactly
I
what
don't
I
give a fuck
feel.
Kimmy, hold
about
on
your
one
And you
shaky
second.
can call
voice,
it
hoe. I don't
without
give a fuck
calling
about
me
none of
an
that. You sat
idiot.
your
Call
weird ass up
All you
and
have
ran
to
your
do is just
funky ass
say,
mouth,
we
bitch.
caller.
don't
And you should
disagree,
have
we
known
can
that I was gonna
disagree.
click this
Caller.
Calling
motherfucking
me
link,
names,
bitch. You are a
Caller. Hold on. Hold on.
weirdo, whore.
One sec. Hold on.
like, since I never
Okay,
called
hold
you
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
any
Caller,
names.
caller, caller.
Yes, and I'm being very civil.
I
I'm
know.
just stating what I see.
I know. Hold on. Stop.
Okay?
Stop. We're gonna stop it right here. Okay? You guys don't see things the same way. You have a difference of opinion.
That's all I'm
We're
saying.
gonna okay, we're gonna stop
You
it.
don't have to call me an idiot.
Okay,
You don't have to call me stupid. You know,
I
she's
said it. I ain't changing it,
every
bitch.
single person
I
who's
ain't
on the call,
changing it.
and
I'm
it's
not
okay, CashApp,
changing it.
not
I
you.
said
Not,
what I
him. You
said.
can call
Do
anybody
you
you
hear me,
want.
girl?
Idiot
I
and
stupid what I
and this
said.
and
I
that
don't give a
and
damn about your shaky voice, hoe. Like I
and
said,
you
I
know,
ain't
I got
Dr.
a
Phil
cash out
nor am I
system. I
Ayala,
got a
bitch. I
care
ain't trying to
system
fix your
because you're
life, hoe.
so
I ain't trying to
perfect.
fix nobody
You're not.
motherfucking
And
life on
let's
here,
no, we're
bitch.
gonna
You
stop it.
are a weirdo and a fucking freak,
We're
hoe.
gonna
And you
we're gonna
running
stop.
your ass up here on my friend platform, running your
Hold
dick
up. We're
suckers,
gonna
hoe.
stop it. We're gonna stop it right there. Stop. Dead stop. We're gonna stop it. Okay? Right there. That's it. That's it. That's it. We're gonna move on. Caller, I'm gonna end the line with you here. We're gonna stop it here because it's doing way somewhere else. We're just gonna stop it. We don't know what's going on with these people on the sideline and everything like that. We're just gonna leave it alone. And you're definitely a sweet, nice person. I don't think you understand,
I'm
Kimmie.
over it.
I know.
I'm completely over it.
We're gonna.
I've got it out my system. I'm over it.
We're
I really don't care anymore.
Bitch, you are a weirdo hoe. I don't give a
We're
fuck,
gonna
bitch.
leave
Go
it
flush
right
your
there.
head.
We're gonna
Go
leave it
flush
right
your head
there.
down the toilet,
I'm
hoe.
gonna click the line off, and we're gonna end that right there. We're gonna just stop right here. Okay. So caller, I'm gonna let you go, and then we're gonna move right on. We're gonna move right on. Okay.
Go
All right.
change your depends, hoe. Fuck y'all.
Okay. There we go, Kimmie. We done with it. We done with it. We done with it. All right. Let's move to something else. And hey, triple red darkness. I said triple red. Joyce had did a live earlier. So are they still talking about like trying to sue you behind the stuff that's going on?
Girl, I don't know. But those are clearly, you should always know your opponent. I hate people that don't know who they're dealing with. I hate that. They should always know their opponent. I'm not fucking playing. Bitch, I welcome anybody that would love to battle me in court, bitch. Because when I tell you I'm coming in that motherfucker like a thief in the night, hoe. When I tell you no man knoweth the time nor the hour, bitch. When I tell you I have all of my receipts, girl, laid the fuck out, girl. I provided commentary on one of the principals that said she was involved in the act. I have text message documentation confirming that she said the shit, and I have it on video. So let's go.
Lord have
But
mercy. Lord have mercy. Did y'all hear all of that chat? I don't know if y'all picked that up, but I picked it up. Lord have mercy.
got it all. And and some other individuals have it too, bitch. Just in case my phone get lost, my iCloud, bitch. I have even accounted for acts of God, ho. Bitch, if a
Lord have
hurricane come
mercy.
through this motherfucker bitch, it's other motherfuckers that got it, bitch. In perpetuum, ho.
Woo, my God. Wow.
Threatening me ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. Threatening me ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing but get your ass in motherfucking Barris and get you some paperwork, ho. Cause I am quite litigious. Sit your weird bikini on the chin, having ass up, bitch, and make one more motherfucking threat, bitch, and you're gonna get paperwork, hoe.
Wait
You
a
see
minute.
how
When you
that
said
shit
bikini,
works?
who you talking about? You talking about MU?
That fool that she laying up with.
Oh, him. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
Bitch, are you thinking? I mean, do these motherfuckers have you motherfuckers not dealt with me for over a year? Have you bitches not understand how I motherfucking move? Bitch, it's multiple people that got these motherfucking receipts, ho. It's multiple people that got the backup, bitch. When I come, I don't come from one direction, bitch. So if
Lord have
anybody
mercy.
want to bring me to court, go right ahead on. But let me tell you something. Once I win in court, because I'm going to win. Once I win in court, then I'm going to come back to YouTube again, and we're going to unpack the public transcript. And then I'm going to replay all the evidence for all the people that's going to be in my chat. Probably over 1K, bitch. Bloop!
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know why them people are even playing. At all. I don't.
Nah, move that shit right the fuck along. Joyce got it. Joyce, you have my permission to send it to Shelly. We can always give a backup to a backup. Joyce,
Lord
go
help
ahead and
me.
send it over there to Shelly. China got it, and it's a whole bunch of other people who got it who will never, y'all will never know their motherfucking name, but they got it. They know what to do. So Joyce, go ahead and forward that on over to Shelly back phone, so then Shelly can have a backup.
My God. I know
Moving
too.
right along.
China says she's seen it.
And China, tell the people, girl, is it, well, Joyce and China, tell the people, is it juicy? Oh, I just heard the ding. We can let Shelly decide for herself,
Oh
honey.
no, that's somebody else. That ain't Joyce. That's somebody
Joyce,
else.
go and send it over there, girl. Go and
Wow.
send it over there, girl.
You would think that some people would just be quiet, but I see people do stuff like that all the time. Oh Lord, I got an attachment. Oh, child, hold on.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we'll see what Shelly thinks about it, honey.
Girl,
Let me want to see you go. I want to see you go. That
girl,
thong, the thong, 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 eh. Come on, baby.
baby, somebody help me pick my motherfucking lips up off the fucking concrete, bitch. It ain't even no concrete. Here's carpet, bitch. Somebody help me. Help me,
So, Shelly, am I worried about a
girl.
court case, sister? Should I be worried?
Girl.
Bloop, moving right along.
Girl, listen, girl, if you had this type of receipt on me, girl, I would be eating you from the back, bitch. Do you hear me? Bitch! Ain't no way! Girl! Kimmie!
That thong, the thong, thong, thong. Huh?
Girl!
So should I be worried?
No, I would not be
Oh,
worried at all.
oh, they're
If
gonna
I
get in
was
court.
somebody else, I'd be very worried.
Ooh, say that. And girl, they're
I
gonna get
would
in
be
court and
very
get
worried.
themselves embarrassed and ran the fuck out.
Oh my goodness.
Girl, ain't that a good one? And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Girl, I didn't pour me a little bit of Ciroc in my cup, bitch. I sure did. I don't even drink like that. Put a
Girl,
little
your
Ciroc.
reaction was like China reaction. China said, "Bah." I said, uh-huh.
Ain't no way, girl. I would delete my channel. mm-mm. Kimmie,
Hi.
girl,
Is
people
your
need
sister is your
it.
sister good or is your sister good?
Very good, my God.
Hmm.
I mean, I just don't. What they said we got to do a med check.
Girl.
Med check, baby. I need to take me a pill after this shit.
Baby.
The nerve. The
So
fucking
the
girl.
bottom line to it is that people need to get their people in check. You
Girl.
understand? You better get, girl.
But you know what I'm afraid of, and I hate to say this, because I mean that's really that's a fucking receipt, right? Somehow, to me, I feel like this person always seems to get away with a lot. I just don't get it, and I don't know if it's because the backup that she gets from, well, you know, I don't know if it's the backup that's available, but somehow they seem to take things away from them, and you know, so I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, if that type of receipt was around, girl, I would shut the complete fuck up altogether. And ZX, let me just say this. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'll put you on mute for a minute, Joyce. ZX, let me tell you, I've been listening to you. And if you are who the person that you say that you are, right? You say you're a good friend to Don Cato. If I was Don Cato's friend, and I'm just being honest, if I was Don Cato's friend, I would just shut the fuck up. I wouldn't say anything because I wouldn't even want to put my friend in a position that any type of receipts like this will come out because it wouldn't be in your friend's favor. So if I was you, and I'm not, so I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but if I was you, I would let that shit go. I would let it go as a friend. And trust me, as a friend, I've taken plenty of L's for people just because I don't want to get them into no shit. So I just be like, okay, I'm gonna let you have that. You know, I'm gonna let them have that. You know what I mean? Because I fuck with you so hard, I'm just gonna let that go. So sometimes there's nothing wrong with doing that by saying, you know what? I don't know what the fuck going on, but I'm gonna walk the fuck away from this shit because let me tell you something. It ain't gonna work out in your friend's favor at all. Okay? It's not gonna work out in your friend's favor.
How long you been a content creator, Shelly?
Too goddamn long. 7-8 years, girl.
And you have always known to be the queen of receipts. So I would think that you would always be able to determine if a receipt is a good one or not.
That is a hell of a girl. That fucking receipt is good. That motherfucking receipt is fucking juicy, juicy, juicy. If I was to show that receipt right now, I believe 1,000 people would be in this room. I'm looking for 1,000 because you don't get paid extra for 1,000. So
we
I don't give a fuck.
Shut this motherfucker down.
But ZX, and I'm saying this for real. Like, I'm not on God. I'm putting this on God. I don't play with God. On God. Okay. I would leave it alone. If I was you, I would just leave it alone because even though it won't come back on you per se, you get what I'm saying? You seem to be a stand-up person as far as when it comes to your relationship with Don Cato. You seem to really have his interest, you know, at hand. So if you're concerned with him, I would let that motherfucking shit go because it is not going to hurt Kimmie. Kimmie ain't going to be hurt at all. Okay? It's going to be some other people that's going to be hurt. It's going to be some other people that's going to be looking crazy. So, and trust me, if you even ask me what it is, I'm never going to say anything. Kimmie, one thing about me, have you ever heard me repeat anything? Okay, right.
That's what makes it even juicier. The fact that you've laid your eyes on it. The fact that China has laid her eyes on it. The fact that Joyce has it in the hopper, bitch.
Yeah, so I would personally let that shit go because, you know, now if you beefing with old boy, and old girl, I say go ahead, you know what I mean? Press the gas. But if that's your homeboy, I would leave that shit alone. I would leave it alone. I would leave it alone. I truly will leave it alone. Seriously.
Joyce, what did you think when you saw the receipt, sister?
Oh, let me take her off of mute. Maybe she can't come off of mute because I put her on mute. Joyce?
Girl, I don't know what Joyce doing, child.
I don't know. She got her camera on too. Maybe she'll come right. She'll come back
y'all
up.
Hear me?
We can hear you.
She almost kicked her shit. Hold up. I'm sorry, Joyce. I kicked her right at the time she said something. Come back up, Joyce. I'm sorry, Triple Darkness. You want to add something while we wait on Joyce?
Yeah. I wanna ask you a question. How you doing, Kimmie? This one I wanna ask you. All right, you a black woman, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm a black man. How do you feel, right, about a white woman, right, disrespecting a black elder, a female that just returned to the essence. How do you feel about a white woman disrespecting a black elder who just returned to the essence, meaning died? How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's trifling, but we see that in the beef sector all the time.
Right, right. Well, you have a white woman that's in your chat that you rock with. Now I'm saying Princess X. She's a white woman and she's disrespecting a black elder, a female, an older black woman. And I'm saying up there with Coretta Scott King age, that type of woman. She just passed away, went to the essence last week. You heard? And she's disrespecting this black woman, calling her all kind of names, putting pictures of her up on her community tab, all kind of stuff. Even the women in the chat, the black women in the chat, how do you feel about a white woman?
Okay, but hold on, we can't hold on now. We can't do a we're gonna bring down Princess X. You know, Princess X and me are cool, right?
Yeah, right. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I want to know how you feel about that. I'm saying
let me tell you this, and then I'm gonna take you down and move over to Joyce real quick. Let me tell you this, and this is the truth. I'm this type of person. Kimmie will tell you, Joyce will tell you, and anybody else will tell you. If I have a number and I can reach out to you on the back end, I'm always going to speak to you on the back end about whatever it is. I'm never going to correct you in front of my audience. I'm never going to reprimand you. I'm never going to tell you this, that, or the other thing. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. Yeah. So if I feel some type of way about something, I have her phone number. I would pick it up and tell her, hey, I don't really like that or whatever. I'll never bring it to YouTube. And Joyce and Kimmie, they know that about me. When there's something I don't like, I always reach out and we communicate about it. I don't bring it to YouTube. So I would never do that, regardless of her color. You get what I'm saying? Right. I just wouldn't do that. I like Princess, and if there's an issue or something like that I need to talk to her about, it would always be on the back end. It'll never be on YouTube. I can't do that.
All right. Well, that's what she's doing. I'm letting you know. I'm saying she's disrespecting a black elder that passed away, and it's hurting me. It's really hurting me. It's really bothering me. You know what I mean?
Is it your family member? Is it your family member?
No, it's still a black woman. Now I'm saying still.
No, I was just asking. Okay.
No, it's a friend. It's a friend. It's a friend's mother who passed away. Okay. Yeah, she has nothing to do with what the son did or anything. They should not be disrespecting this black woman who just passed away. They need to leave her alone and just disrespect the son. That's what they need to do.
I will tell you this. I will tell you this before you go. I will talk to Princess on the back. We'll have a private conversation about it. And if it's something that I could do, or if there's something that I feel I could change, I'm not saying that I can, because I'm not saying I got that type of power. But I'm just saying I will speak to her on the back end. And if she should choose to continue to do it, I can't do nothing about it, because she ain't never walked away from me, regardless of what I've done on my end. I'm not perfect. You see what I'm saying? But if there's a way that I can speak to her and we can work out something, I will come back and I will talk about it, or I'll ask you to come over. We can have a conversation about it, but it will always be on a level of respect, because I respect her. I'm going to always receive you with respect, and I expect the same thing back. You see what I'm saying? So I'll see what I can do on the back end, and then see if there's, but if I can't, I just can't. I still can't stop fucking with her. You see what I'm saying? Because if a person ride with me, I'm going to ride with them, right or wrong. You see what I'm saying? But I will talk on the back end and see if anything can come out of it, because this is the first I'm hearing about any of this. So that is what I will do, and then we'll pick back up again. Okay. So I'll make sure if you comment in the chat, so that way I can make sure I'm subscribed to your channel.
Okay, definitely, I will.
All right. Okay. Thank you for coming up. Have a good day.
And I saw your name too. They got your name. I was driving home like an hour ago on the North Conduit. It got your name up on there. It says S. Hutchinson. It says it right on the North Conduit. All right, I'm gonna type in your chat, Queen. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna type in your chat. All right, Queen.
Okay.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Princess. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it later on. Don't worry about it. Don't stress. We're gonna talk about it later on and see what we could do. All right. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joyce.
Sorry about that, y'all. I was in the grocery store getting dinner. But you wanted to know how I felt with everything that happened last night. I was pissed.
No, start with that receipt.
That receipt, I was pissed. Remember what I was talking about earlier?
Wait, you was pissed when you saw the receipt?
Yes.
Why?
Because I said
Because it's always Kimmie face being played in.
Oh,
Listen, I didn't even need to see the receipt. I already had heard what I needed to hear. The receipt is the icing on the cake. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I was already agitated because I was just like, why is everything being turned on her? Now the receipt
Yeah.
really helps her a whole lot, but I feel like she shouldn't even need that because of how it all went down.
Yeah. It's just we ain't supposed to woo bang for each other, but come on now, it's the Trinity up here, right? So I'm gonna wanna woo bang for each one of y'all, okay? But that's what it is. But
Joyce was already mad, sister. So by the time I sent Joyce that
yeah,
receipt, Joyce was just done.
but you can see though, just cause we three, I don't send information unless I'm given permission to, right?
Right.
Cause I
Right,
didn't
right.
tell I didn't tell Shelly nothing. I just said, bitch, zip your goddamn lip.
But you know what? That's the thing that they was talking about earlier today, and then talking about like, oh, you mad about this or that? No, like
Nah.
what's understood don't need to be explained. What are you talking about? And there's certain things that I don't even care about. I'm not even going to speak about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but you know what? That one thing that lady that was on the phone was right about. Look, even though we know this to be sector, but when you fuck with somebody, you do tend to get aggravated and get mad when other people fucking with them. Now, come on now. I
That's
know we can
true.
be logical,
Yeah.
but when somebody fuck with one of my sisters, I be like, wait a minute now. And y'all know I don't be fighting. I got a lot of shit going on. I can't be out here whooping nobody's arse for y'all too, but I do be ready to go.
Yeah, you be ready to go to way too much. I be telling you all
She
the
be
time, yeah,
trained to
sometimes
go,
let that
honey.
shit fucking go. You know what I
The
mean?
Joyce be
Yeah.
worked up, and I was just the calm. I went ahead and sent Joyce that. Joyce was child, right. We had to get us. We had to get Shelly eyes on that, right.
Yeah, yeah. But
So
see,
let
I
him
don't.
keep encouraging his friend. His friend is gonna get to court. Every single threat we have recorded. And all that's going to happen is your friend is going to get in court. He's going to be ultimately embarrassed. I mean, it's going to be so
Yeah,
juicy. And then what's going to happen is that I will immediately ask the judge to let's make a finding on my request for a restraining order.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Now
Right.
I gotta exit for this real quick. Kimmy, you drug deep fuck up out of 7 stars yesterday, bro. That shit, that darn live was so MF entertaining. When I say she should not have no more skin left on that earth. The way
I'm so sick of her. I had held that, sister. I had held that, and I felt like, even when everybody was kicking her back in, I didn't.
yeah,
And Tracy did, and China did, and it was several of us. None of us did. None of us kicked her back in. And for her to behave the way that she's behaved, it's reprehensible. I just think I hate when I see people, when I see you, like Shells, for example. Shells has supported me through a lot of fucked up shit from the beginning. So if I was to then do something to shit on Shells, that's reprehensible behavior. You
yep,
understand what I mean? And I mean, I just felt like on some level, so many of us came together in support of her. And for her to then be so disrespectful, I was just done. I was like, lady, I think I was offended and a little bit disappointed because I was like, sis,
I ain't
you
gonna lie, I shed a tear or two over that goddamn drag yesterday. I had tears in my fucking
girl,
eyes. I was like, Lord have mercy. My
I was
feelings
so
is hurt
sick
at this
of
point.
her.
I said that was an ass whooping right there. Not only the drag, but that was an ass whooping with three switches tied together. I was like,
Girl, I was
damn,
so sick of her. Ooh.
And then when Kimmy and Bro J about to light somebody ass up, they be real calm at first, and
Mm-hmm.
then they just beat the hell out of you with them three wadded up switches. I'm just like, Cause who did Brother J do like that a couple of days ago? He did the same shit to somebody. He
Are
just
you talking about Rick Reed?
Rick Reed, but before Rick Reed, it was somebody else he done just let loose on. And he started out real. No, it was Pizarro when he did
He
that
was
Wait, when
thing
mad
did
with
with
him and Pizarro get
Pizarro?
into it?
Oh,
Yeah.
he dragged the fuck out of her in his chat. She came there talking shit. She said something, and he was at first he just it was a slow burn. I'm like, why y'all always fucking with the same? Y'all know these people can drag. Now that goes
Did
in the
we ever
same
get to the
thing.
conclusion, Joyce, of what you said about Pizarro and misunderstood? Did we
What
ever come to a conclusion of that?
y'all don't agree with me, but I'm telling you, Pizarro plays and her. Somebody in your chat earlier made a comment, Shelly. They said MU keeps it cool with Pizarro because she's like her
Oh yeah, when we
when
talked about the numbers and stuff, the numbers. Is
hey
Pizarro in here? Not for you to hit the link and fight or whatever, but I wanted to do a poll, but I don't want to do it if she's not here because I mean I know she likes mess, but I don't want to be disrespectful either.
they said GX in the chat.
I don't see him.
Mm,
Oh, I
okay.
probably got him. I probably got him blocked or something. I can't see him. Y'all don't have to block him or whatever. Of course, I wouldn't let him up here because Kimmie's on the panel or anything like that. But if she wasn't here, then I would let him on the panel or whatever. But she's up here, so I won't. I won't do that.
I got one question for GX. Why you want in the B sector so bad, bro? I mean, you trying your best to get up in this
There
motherfucker.
go Joyce, baby. There go
What?
Joyce. There
What?
go
I'm
Joyce,
I'm
Kimmie.
just saying. Why all you always trying
Child.
to get in this bitch, man? And I done been on the panel with him before. I ain't had no smoke for him, but I mean that nigga be trying to get in this motherfucker any way he can. You gotta be born in. You can't join in. It's the B sector.
So here's the thing, though, Joyce. I just told him he can't come up here because Kimmie's up here. But then you just then came for the man. Then
Well,
it's
no,
like
because he always coming for Bruh J, Kimmie. He always coming for the B sector, but he want to be in this bitch.
right,
But
but he
Joyce,
got a right
but
to
Joyce, you
respond
got
though. That's what I'm
he
saying.
got to be able to respond though, Joyce, because you
And you didn't
you done
brought him
threw the
up. So I didn't.
gauntlet
I mean, I didn't
down.
really want you
Well,
to do that because it's kind of like I'm saying. Even though, regardless of how we feel, if somebody
well, he
says
can't
something,
whoop my ass. What he gonna do to me?
girl, we know he ain't gonna whip
Huh?
your ass. What I'm saying is,
That's all I'm worried about. The rest of the shit, fuck that nigga.
oh my god.
Oh my God.
I fight niggas and bitches. I ain't scared of none
Now
of them.
here's
Why
the
the fuck
thing,
you want?
Joyce.
Huh?
Joyce, we trying to make peace with. At least I look. Fuck, it, I'm speaking for
Uh-uh.
myself. I'm trying to make peace because
I can't make peace with a nigga that talk about the LGBTQIA plus community and motherfuckers that I got hard for.
okay,
Ain't no
listen,
peace.
Joyce. This is the reason why I'm saying this. I said I'm trying to make peace with him because I don't want my homegirl to go put that receipt out and then he be looking crazy with his homeboy.
Well, fuck him. I don't care. This here go the lioness in me. I got to see the shit. Ashland sitting over here. Y'all know we be in it swapping energy and shit. But I mean,
God, because I said, no, mom just said, we grew here, you flew here.
I don't like people fucking with the people I love or care for. Look, that it is what it is. I just want to know why he always trying to get in the B sector. That's all I want to know.
He must be in Aries. Like,
Well,
I don't know
what
what
I
the
will
fuck that
say is, if and when y'all leave the panel, I will let him come up and answer that. But as long as y'all up here, I won't let him come up here because Kimmie's on the panel, so I won't do that. But I will give him an opportunity to respond because you just said a whole lot, and
Okay.
he may want to say something in response to it. I can't really get mad with him because hey, it is what it is, But hey, listen, we like mess. It's content. Child,
Well,
I'm gonna
I
stop
mean,
ringing today.
at the end of the day, honey, I am complete. I wish everyone well. I look forward to anyone that would like to make the mistake, honey, of trying to take me to court, bitch. You are going to be an utter failure. You're gonna have tomato on your face, girl. And I actually, it's kind of funny. I just, girl, it is amazing to me how in 2023 that people are still running around here wasting time on dumb shit. I don't listen. I'm not worried. So making threats means nothing to me other than I think I should be in fear of my life because somebody with a thing dangling on their chin is threatening me.
Yeah, I
So
would thing, dude. Sir, I don't even know you, Don Cato. I would stop. I would stop. I'm just saying. I'm being as unbiased as I can be. I fuck with Kimmie, but I'm also looking at it from an angle of receipts. Okay, and I would just let that shit go. Personally, if it was me, I would let it go. I would let it go.
or you can go and it'll be a part of the permanent record forever. Past your death, sir. It will be in the permanent public record. Mm, mm,
And
mm,
by the
mm.
way, is he Haitian or something?
I don't know.
Because I could have sworn that I saw him on another channel. He was speaking. I thought he was speaking French. Does anybody know in the chat?
Oh, I don't know.
Or maybe he could be African or something. But he was speaking. I think he's speaking another language. Thank y'all for unblocking ZX. I just wanted him to be unblocked because, like I said, I have been watching some of his stuff, and even though I've never, I haven't dropped down over there, or whatever like that. I ain't gonna say I never, because I may have in the past or whatever. I've been listening, and I've been learning some stuff, right, about the situation. And so, like I said, the part that I didn't agree with is the situation when it comes to Kimmie. I did not agree with that. I didn't think she hasn't done anything or whatever. In my eyes, she haven't done nothing. Y'all may think, well, she shouldn't have said it or whatever, but she didn't pull it out her ass. That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
Sure did, and it had already been said. I was making commentary based on what one of the principal actors said that was a participant in the act.
Right.
So God bless y'all and y'all endeavors. You can do whatever you want. As far as threatening me is concerned, it's only going to get you a restraining order. That's all it's going to get you, girl. And
Yeah,
you just,
I would let it go.
that's all it's going to get you, girl. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't have no
I
problem
would
with
let
it.
it go. Because
You
sometimes,
can't.
to be honest, Kimmie, sometimes as a friend or even when
hmm
you're cool with somebody, sometimes you let something go just out of respect for that person. You're like, that's my Judy, so I'm gonna let that shit go because
I don't think that's going to happen in this case. I think that ZX is like a rabid dog.
oh Jesus.
And I think that he cannot see beyond personalities because if he would take out the personalities and look at the bare bone facts, the common denominator and problem in their relationship is those two individuals. It has nothing to do with anybody else. So while people try to give him, and this is what I tried to tell him a long time ago, but he thinks he knows everything, but he's an utter failure on YouTube. But okay. Um, he has a problem connecting and keeping audiences. And the reason why is because you're so vile and disgusting. And the commentary is so abusive that even if you're making a good point, most normal people can't even sit through a whole live. And the reason why you're not getting the traction that you want to get out of this, ZX, is because you're being irrational. And people can sit and listen to it, and then they're like, wait, what? Why are you calling this lady? Why are you all up under her clothes? Why are you like, it becomes disgusting. And that's your problem. And you're going to walk this man not only into he's going to lose horribly, but beyond that, you're going to walk him into a restraining order. That's what's going to happen next. So do whatever you want to do, sir. Continue to call people all out of their names, talk all under their clothes. It's what you do, it's what makes you the amazing individual you are. And there's a special place for you in hell. That's the great thing about hell, Shelly. Hell is in perpetuum. Did you know I've read many accounts of hell, and the only solace that I get out of dealing with some of the people that I've encountered on this planet is the fact that I have unequivocal faith that they are going straight to hell. And hell, do you know that you don't sleep in hell? Do you know that hell is a perpetual chamber of punishment? And in hell, according to the different accounts I've read, you're always on the edge. So hell is one of those situations where you're in permanent suffocation, but there's a grasp, there's a little bit of air on the other side of your breath and you can't take it. Or you're at the point of thirst and hunger and ravenous need, all the way up to the point of you can't take it any longer and you just stay in that space. So that's the solace that I have, that many of these individuals will end up straight in hell. And I know for an unequivocal fact that anybody that is dumb enough to make threats on an international platform, when not even, and here's the other thing, you don't even know what I have. And the people that have it would never disclose it. And it's not, and I know for an unequivocal fact that you don't have what I have. So keep encouraging your homeboy to go to court. He's going to leave bound to not be able to speak my name. And then he's also going to leave because I'm going to ask for, in addition to, I'm also going to ask that he cannot act through a third party to speak on me like you. So either way this goes, he's going to lose. Now, up until this point, I have been beyond an excellent friend because there are many things that I could have said or done that I have not.
Right. And let me say this too. ZX is in the back. ZX, I do see you. I'm going to keep you back there until she's done. I will bring you up because, like I said, if somebody says something, I will give you an opportunity to respond. But I won't have you on the platform while she's up here. So I'm going to let her finish up. And even if she wants to come back after, Kimmie has unlimited access. So, and let me just say this, and let me just be clear, because I just believe in being honest. I am a lot biased when it comes to Kimmie. Okay, I love me some Kimmie, but I do also understand the nature of the area that we're in, and this is content. And something was said, he's gonna respond back. But please understand that I'm always going to side with Kimmie. I'm just being honest beforehand. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna cuss you out and get into all of that. I'm hoping we can have a adult conversation, if anything. But I will give you the opportunity. But I'm going to allow her to continue to talk or whatever like that. Like I said, we have a different relationship, and I won't really even get into the nature of the relationship because what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kim, you have the floor.
But yeah, so that's where I am. Like, Shells, I am, and one thing I will have to say, and I want to clarify this: Shelly is biased, but one thing Shelly will tell is the truth. If Shelly had saw that proof that I sent her, that and thought for 1 millisecond, Kimmie, this isn't no ma'am, she would have just said it.
Thank you, Kimmie, for saying that, because one thing about me, I can love you down, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Even when you don't want to hear it, I'm going to tell you the truth. Even when the caller called me last night and was so emotional and concerned with misunderstood, I was like, girl, no. And even when they were saying, well, I don't like what ZX is doing to her, I said, look, she the one calling the man on the phone. I am a very fair person, regardless of who I like, who I don't like. But, at the same time, I'm just putting it out there because we do have a different relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can pick up the phone and call her. She can pick up the phone and call me. So I'm never going to sit here and act like, whatever. I mean, I'm always really for her best interest. But in this situation, the way the receipts is receipting, I wouldn't say nothing. And I put that on God. If it was me, all them parties need to shut the hell up and move along and come up with a new storyline. Is what
Let
I'm
them
saying.
keep talking though, because they're only making their own situation worse. And here's the other thing. Because I am who I am, I even gave ZX credit. I even said perhaps it is simply because he's just looking for clicks and views. Like at this point, it has to be something because he cannot have all of the facts. Because if he had all of the facts, then perhaps this would be different. And I also said that Misunderstood has still been in contact with him, even if it's via Don Cato. And so anything that ZX does to her, it's not outside of any boundaries because there are no boundaries, right? Because if someone has violated you in such a way that it's just so reprehensible, then why would you be calling that man? Why would you need to call ZX?
That's
For
what I
what?
keep saying all the time. And that's the part that people keep overlooking. And I know that y'all have a separate situation going on, and this is just another situation. But even if, as I have said to you, I wish it was something where this shit could just come to an end between the two of y'all, because I feel like, number one, you already a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's already unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? It's been going on for too long. I just wish that it was something where he could just be done with you. He don't speak on you. You don't speak on him. Y'all go about each other's business. But
That will
from what
never
you're
ever
telling me,
happen.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
from what you're telling me, you feel as though he's gonna continue to go on. And I'm sorry for the noise, y'all, but I'm pulling out some crackers because I didn't eat
Go ahead, baby. Put
breakfast
something
or
on your
lunch or whatever.
stomach.
So
Go ahead.
you feel like he's gonna continue to keep it up or whatever.
Oh
And that's
yeah, yeah.
and I if I was Don Cato's friend, let me just say that if I was his friend, I'm not even gonna say if I was ZX. If I was Don Cato's friend, I would shut the fuck up, because if the tables was turned, Kimmie, and somebody had this type of receipt against you, I would be like, you know what? Hey, if all that person doing really is asking me to leave them the fuck alone, you know what I'm saying? I would let them have that. I'll let you have it. Walk away with it. As a friend, I would have to do that. Because
And I almost take it to leave.
it's gonna make it's not gonna go well.
It's not. And I at one point, somebody told me he was live because I don't watch him at all. But someone told me he was live, and I was like, should I click that link to just give him a heads up from human being to human being that this is not a road that you want to go down because of the incontrovertible information like, brother, you, it's like y'all are running in place. And I think it's pathetic. I'm not interested. And, for all of the women out here who've been attacked or demeaned or just anything out here, success is your biggest revenge. Every time I hit that live button and I can run circles around you, that is who has the last laugh. You can't tear down, the gates of hell can't come against it, baby, because God gave it to me, not any man. So on that note, Shells, I will give you the space, honey, so that
I
you
want to
can
ask you a question though before you go, right?
sure. Hmm.
Because this is really what's on my mind. Well, there's really two things on my mind, but the first
Okay.
one, why do you think, and I know you don't know him, but why do you think Don Cato is stuck on you with this situation versus seeming as though, well, we know he wasn't happy with MU, but of course they still continue to have some form of relationship. So
Hmm.
why is he focused on you versus her? Do you have any conclusion to why that may be? I'm
Yes.
confused about that.
Hmm. Because despite his assertions otherwise, he's a clout chaser and wants to be a YouTube star. And so, for all of his assertions that he's not on YouTube and he doesn't know what's happening on YouTube, it's just a blatant lie. Um, he's on YouTube as much as she is. And so there's no other explanation. Well, there's two explanations. So that's the one. That's the first one. So now let me be fair and take my emotions out of it and say this. The only other reason why I could think that he is hyper focused on me, if he's saying that it's not clout, is because of what he's been being told by her.
Oh, yeah. Because I did say the other day, doing
See what I'm
playing two
saying?
sides to the middle, and I also wonder if that's what's going on the other end. That's not really my business over there, but it seems like a lack of true communication and facts that are being shared somewhere along the line. You see what I'm saying? So, I feel like if that was me, let's just flip it on the other end. Okay, so now Don Cato is quote unquote my husband, right?
Okay.
This is my husband. I would have to try to find some type of way to clean it up, some type of way, and maybe take responsibility for it, whichever way I have to do it, just to let the shit breeze over. And because the beef sector, they move on to some other shit. We don't really know who Don Cato is. We really don't give a fuck about him. Let's just be 1,000%
5,000.
honest.
Yeah.
And when it comes to misunderstood, if we can be even honest with that, a lot of people like her, but the reason why they like her or even got to know her, that is because of Tracy and Kimmie. Without those two ladies, there is no her. Okay, so that's that. Y'all might not like it. It's the truth. Okay, it's how the beef sector works. So she's been being spared because of those relationships and friendships.
So I want to be fair and say that may be because there's no other explanation.
Right. And so now my other thing is this, and I know this is something that you probably may not want to even answer, or you may not even have an answer for today, but I'm definitely going to ask this to ZX before he leaves off this platform, or hopefully before he leaves the platform. What would it take you, right? And you may feel you're already done with it. What would it take so that the beef, where as far as you and him, is done? What would you like? What would you want from him where for you it would be a wash?
I'm a fair I would like to think I'm a fair person. So, and I've been asked this multiple times, and I've declined every time because for a number of reasons. I've declined many times. Right now I'm in a place where I'm so happy in my life.
Yeah,
I
I
I
understand
just
that
I don't
place.
have any. Here's the reality. I really am not angry with him anymore. I'm way past that. I'm not angry with ZX. I think that the behavior is pathetic and disturbing, but I'm not angry with him at all. So you would have to ask him that question because he seems to be the one with the odd. It's definitely not the other way around. I can answer this question here on the thing, Shelly, before I
Yeah,
step down.
please.
Sure. Question for Kimmie. Do you feel played by how the situation played out? No. Mm-mm. Because I'm a very quick study, Trey. So once I know what I'm dealing with, then I know how to move accordingly. We're way beyond that at this point. I'm not angry with misunderstood. Like I said, I'm not even angry with ZX. I think that, like I said at the very beginning, to be fair, someone told me he was live, and I was like, should I click his link? Does he really not know? But then I was like, you know what? Forget it. Because then the person told me, oh, girl, don't bother. He's all under your clothes and being extremely disrespectful. And I was like, okay, yeah, well, that's the normal. So, but yeah, Shells, to answer your question, I don't have an issue. So I think it would be his issue, right? So that would be a question for him. Could I have a conversation with him? Mm, I think I can have a conversation with anybody.
Okay. And of
Yeah.
course, even when you leave from here, you already know the link is in the description, and I believe I pinned it at the top. If the mods could drop the link one more time, and maybe I can pin it from my phone. So I will bring him up or whatever, but I'm going to say this, and people might not like what I'm about to say. Misunderstood better be happy that her friends are Kimmie and Tracy and not S. Hutchinson, because baby girl, I would have been laid you out and stretched you out. Okay, you'd have been done. Okay,
Especially
So
based on the and that's just
everything,
one.
just from even everything, we
Everything.
everything,
There's so
everything,
much.
everything.
There's so much like and the black sector has been dealing with her far longer than we have. So I'm not taking that away from anybody. What I'm saying is that the disgusting, ridiculous behavior needs to stop because the people that are jumping out of the window for these two clowns, like it just needs to stop. It really needs to stop. But I'm not shaken or stirred. You can't, I fear no man but God, but I am
There you go.
litigious. I am litigious. And
Yeah, and
it's getting to a
I'm
point.
also a fair person where I've even told ZX, and they said women were more forgiving than men are. That's what all the smoke said, which I think is true at the same time. I think we are, more forgiving. But as I said before, when I watched ZX, I liked his other commentary that had nothing to do with mess, nothing to do with drama. Those are some of the times I'm in the bushes watching, not as of recent, because of his relationship or how he comes for you, whatever. It makes me not really watch him. I've only started watching because of this situation right here. I didn't like how it was being played out. You know what I mean? So I think he would definitely have more support, per se, like even me, maybe watching some videos, but I'm not going to go over there and hear you being bashed 24/7. Now, people have the right to say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? I was somewhere the other day, something was going on with you. I didn't comment or do anything at that time because, I do have a separate relationship and out of respect. But I also understand this is a beef sector and people are going to take jabs back and forth at each other, but I don't have to participate in that, So I'm gonna go ahead and let him up. The link is pinned up there, Kimmie. Once he's leave or whatever, you can come back up, or if you should feel inclined to come up here while he's up here, because that will be up to you. Obviously, you feel comfortable or whatever. But ZX, I'm not gonna let you go too far now. I know she didn't went there, so I know you're gonna respond and stuff like that. But like I said,
But I've
where
also
my
been fair. I've
yeah.
also said perhaps he's behaving this way because he doesn't have all the facts.
I
Per-
believe that.
Perhaps GX is behaving this way, and I said that from the beginning, and I still want to be fair and say that. You know what I mean? Because it's a fool who thinks they know everything. I certainly don't. So I'm going to go under the premise that ZX is operating under a certain set of facts. That's because it can't, Shelly, come on. Like this
Yeah.
is so obvious. So anyway, I'm going to hop down. Thank you for
Okay.
having me. Love you, girl.
Love
I'll
you,
be
and
in
we'll
the
talk in a
chat.
little bit.
Okay, babe.
All
Bye.
right. All right, ZX, I'm bringing you up. The chat wants to hear from you. Hopefully, we can keep this as civil as possible, because the more civil it is, longer this conversation can go, and maybe we can get to some type of understanding. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you great.
Okay, good. And thank you for coming up, and thank you also for being patient by waiting. But I want to, respect my guest. I know she said some things, so I understand you might have wanted to respond to that, or maybe some other things that you want to talk about. I personally, think that I just didn't understand, Kimmie being blamed for a lot of this stuff, or the attention basically on her. So that is why I was kind of like listening and trying to understand what was going on. But I also heard you, and you made a lot of good points. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things you were saying, I have to agree with you. You know what I mean? Like, and so
Let me start here. I've been around since 2019. I've been on your panel
yeah, you
in
have.
in 2019. I don't know nothing about uh B sector, black sector, Mopri, women, baby sector. I really don't buy into all of that. In the black sector, so I can touch on a couple of things and clear a couple of things up. In the black sector, all right, then you had the nature boy sector, and then you got the black sector is nothing more than the Tommy Sotomayor sector. He would be the godfather of that quote unquote sector.
Okay. I don't buy into it. I'm an adult 57-year-old man. I believe in algorithms. Now, that's where I began. I've known of S. Hutchison for 4 years. I've been on a panel with her, and she's been on my channel. In the quote unquote black sector, 2 years ago, I had 7K on two channels. On two channels. Long time ago. Lost those channels. I'll rebuild them. And I don't want to build them with the same people again because unlike Kimmie says, well, you got the magic touch. Well, you're a part of a group of people that are monolithic and they move from one group, one channel to the next channel. You have a larger group of people. I actually am not interested in all of those people because you get mired down in what y'all call the beef. Well, it's a broader world out there to me. It's way broader. There's so much more to talk about other than dysfunction. And I enjoy talking about those things that are going to be beneficial to our people, our children. So that's just to cover that, my perspective. A lot of these people I've blocked years ago. Years ago. You think if I had done what I should have done and changed it up, I might be at 30,000 right now. You dig? I've been at 5,000 4 times. And I'm on my way again and building another channel, but with a different group of people. There's a glass ceiling. There's a pinnacle that you're gonna stop at with the beef. You're never gonna do 100,000, Kimmie. You're never gonna be 1 million subscribers beefing. And I've learned that much. I've learned that much. So to me, this small little group of people, the 20,000 people that move around and everybody has alliances with, I don't want to be a part of it. So that's the answer, Joyce. That's the answer, Joyce. And nobody's trying to get into your sector. S. Hutchison and I met 4 years ago. Me and Kwani met 4 years ago. 4 years ago. They happen to pop up in my algorithm. I'm neither a Crip or a Blood. I'm not a kid. I don't belong to a gang, a YouTube sector. I'm I believe in reality. It's an algorithm. And I think once we start focusing on the truth, then you'll grow. Now let me talk about Don Cato. And let me cover this while it's on my mind. Kimmy, you said my mouth is atrocious. I did a video a week ago talking about how nasty your mouth can be. You got a nasty mouth. But yet and still you sat right here and you said, the way he talks to women. Well, you got one of the nastiest mouths I've ever heard on a woman in my life. But it's the beat sector. Now you carried yourself well while on this panel, and you spoke precisely and clearly with poise, and all of that's great. But that's just a facade. When I listen to you on your show, you got a gutter mouth. You can be just as vile and nasty and despicable as anybody that you would criticize. That's my opinion on that. Now, as far as Don Cato and
That's almost a
MU,
compliment, honestly.
to be. I mean, depends on how you take it. I'm just saying be fair about it. I'm not going to say to S. Hutchison, S. Hutchison, you got a nasty mouth. I don't hear you talking like that. I'm just keeping it 100. I've listened to you. I've been subscribed to you for over 4 years. I don't hear you cursing and doing the thing or talking the way Kimmy does. That's a fact. That's a fact. So there's no comparison. But anyway, when it comes to this receipt,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to this receipt, I'd like to know what the date is on it. A receipt, I can go and create a receipt. If
No,
it
this
ain't
ain't
from a
no.
year,
This receipt is not created.
well, let me just finish.
I'm sorry.
Again, yes, ma'am. If a receipt in a video is supposed to be a year ago, then it's got to be something more recent, which would look like coercion would be the legal term. If MU told her that a year ago, then the receipt should be a year ago. If MU and her discussed the issue within the last week, then that might look or appear to be coercion. In other words, I know what I'm trying to get out of you, so I'll lead you down that road. Bang, I got
Mm,
a receipt. But
mm-mm.
that's just me. But that's just
It's
me. Listen,
yeah.
let me give you why I really don't have no picks. I'm for Don Cato. I actually believe Don Cato can do better than a misunderstood. Let's keep it 100 here. All right. You don't know
Yeah.
the conversations I have with him saying, I've said to him, bruh, you don't need this. You could do better, straight up. All right. But then again, I respect the fact as a man that if that's what you banging, when somebody knows open, you can't, there ain't nothing I could do about that. But I keep it 100. I'll keep it 100 with him, just like I haven't lied on MU. Everything that I put up and I talk about MU, there's a receipt for it to dispel the lies. We, and let me say this, MU was introduced to Kimmie on my show. She was a suggestion for an interview. Kimmy didn't know nothing about an MU. I broke her down on MU, her past, everything about her. Just like I told her about the crackhead over there. Kimmy knew who these people were through me. That's a fact. They didn't just bump into each other. Now, MU. Is MU capable of telling one person one thing and another person something different? Yes,
Hmm.
I know that. The question is this. If, and I'm going to, let's just say your receipt that Kimmy has is real, then that's good because that will free my brother. That will clear his mind enough that he should be able to walk away from her. And I'm cool with that. So if the receipt is real, then I'm going to still I'm going to push it that way too. Bruh, come on now.
Now they're saying that you want it that way because you want misunderstood for yourself.
Sure. I don't even look at the chat. I don't look at the chat because they're just trolls. If I wanted MU, I could have had MU 3 years ago when she offered to come see me. Y'all are late. I don't do crackheads. Period. That's it. Now, for the thirsty men out there that are into big titty, I mean, to me personally, she looks like ET. That's what I've always said.
Wait, who looks
ET,
like ET? MU?
MU. Yeah, ET with titties. That's what I always said. That ain't my twist. She ain't my flavor. Period. So we can dead that. But the point being is, if the receipt is real, then that's good. Because Don Cato needs to know. He does need to know. And I think it would be beneficial to him to know that if it's real. See, I'm fair. I ain't got no picks. I keep it 100 right down the middle. Right down the middle.
Now, okay. So I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, right? But before we get to that point, wouldn't he be in a place, or should he not be in a place to just like keep his mouth closed if he don't really know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't he, shouldn't he just be quiet a little bit? That's the part I'm confused about.
Well, let's examine what you just said. Shouldn't
Hmm.
he shouldn't he be quiet? When last time he was on a panel?
To be honest, I don't know the brother like that. So I don't know where he be or what
He
he be
hasn't
saying.
been.
So he
He
hasn't said
hasn't been.
anything. He hasn't made any
No.
threats. He hasn't
He
bothered
got up
anybody.
he got up on a he got up on my panel within the last 3-4 days, and a woman had a question in my chat, and or I'm sorry, on my panel, and she said, she asked me this question, and this is why he came up. She asked me a question: ZX, what do you say about people that are saying you're obsessed with this situation with MU? This is the last time he hit my link. And you know what his response was? He came up and he said,
Hmm.
allow me to answer that question. And this was his statement. He said, what a lot of people don't understand is that MU invited me into the conversation. And that was his last statement publicly. The point being is that he is not on and prior to that, the last panel he was on was Kimmie's.
But let
When
me
the
ask you
state
this:
Let
don't
me
you
just
think it's
clarify. Let me
hmm?
just make let me close it up with this. The
Okay?
point that I'm trying to make is that he is not online on panels. He is a subject that people are discussing and using to blame. He is not on a panel. I speak to him. I do commentary, but he is not on anybody's panel. My panel, simple statement, Kimmie's panel, 2 times in the last 30 days. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Um, no, Lord, I think I forgot my thought now. Hold on one second. Oh, I know what it was. Well, don't you think it's looked at, because at least the way I'm looking at it, and I'm quite sure other people in the chat are looking at it, as though you're speaking for him. So it's like he's speaking through you. So you don't
Well,
think that even though he's not the one saying anything, you don't think when you talk, it kind of seems like, you're speaking for your homeboy?
well, let's examine that too. Don't Kimmie and Tracy do the exact same thing? They are speaking about him on her behalf.
Right.
That I mean,
I understand that, and you're
so
you're defending your friend,
exactly.
right?
So
So I get that.
if yeah, if they
But
wa- it, so when people try to say that, well, let's examine it. If Kimmie and Tracy weren't talking about my friend, then maybe I wouldn't be talking about them
yeah,
in
and
that situation. Yeah, in that situation. Only things I've ever put out are things that he said that's a lie, to confront a lie.
what are the things that's been said that was a lie that needed to be fixed up?
Well, the thing that offended him,
Mm-hmm.
which is what this is all about, was the statement about him having anal sex with MU watching gay porn. This is what Kimmie put out there. And then the ball started to roll. That was Kimmie's statement. And she said initially that, well, and while she was up there with 2 other people, uh, Sassy was one of them and someone else. And she said, well, I was roasting. So I roasted him, meaning it may not have been true. Now, we've heard Kimmie say, I got the video. We've also heard MU say, I never said that. And we got her saying that at least 3 occasions.
Yeah,
If she
no,
did,
no. Mm-mm.
well, no, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say, if she said that, then Don Cato does need to know. He does need to know because she's playing in his face. And
Okay,
as my
so
friend,
even you didn't hear that one part. Let's just say that you don't know anything else, or he didn't hear anything else, or whatever. He never heard her when she was over there and she was saying, well, when people are in a relationship, they try different stuff, and I don't see anything wrong with it. He didn't
well,
hear that.
no, Don
He didn't
Cato
hear
is
that.
not on. No, Don Cato is not on. My point that I was trying to stress was that he's not on YouTube. Don Cato is the one that's really in the mountains. Don Cato is the one who has a sick child for the last year. He spends a lot of his time. Well, he works. He goes out. He does his physical training. He spends time with his son rehabbing, and then he has time that he does dedicate to MU. It's a full schedule. He's not online, you know, 6 hours out of the day, 3 hours out of the day. He may skip, 4 or 5 days and then catch up on things when he does have that downtime. So he's not a dedicated YouTuber. And I don't think people get that.
Yeah, but he was dedicated enough to basically talk about Kimmie and say that she was defaming him or whatever. And I was there when he hit the link when he had came up.
Mhm.
So I was there, during that time. But at first, I didn't even know at first what all was going on until the live continued to go or whatever. But I just don't understand how he's not checking himself and checking his partner, because both of them need to check each other and leave everybody else up out of it, because it's like other people are getting blamed for stuff that they really don't have nothing to do with.
Well, again, that would be MU because she has discussions with Kimmie and Tracy about her relationship. And that is not healthy for anybody.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
totally unacceptable.
For anyone. It's totally unacceptable. Then they form opinions about him, and then they do what? They talk about him, and then he'll sit back, he'll listen. I might talk to him, and I'll be like, damn, that's cool. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say something. You think just like that?
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Don Cato is picking Kimmie as a person to attack because it's easier than attacking his partner, because she was the one stating that she has multiple, recordings, and nobody has more recordings than her. So do you think that it's easier for him to just try to blame it on Kimmie? I see you, Kimmie. I'm gonna let you up here in 1 second. Do you think it's easier for him to blame Kimmie versus Misunderstood, like checking his own woman?
And special breaking news, they have not been together. Everybody is assuming they're in a relationship. Based off of what? You haven't heard him say, MU was calling me. Now I'm gonna drop some tea. Forgive me, Don Cato.
And I
But
do want to
let's
let
drop
Kimmie
it.
come up. Can we try to keep this hopefully civilized? Because I think we'll get a whole lot more accomplished if we're
Me and
able
Kimmy
to.
can talk. Let me finish up, and then you can deal with Kimmy, and maybe one day me and Kimmy can talk. I really just want to stay focused right here.
Okay, you don't want
All
her on the
right.
panel, is what you're saying.
I would appreciate it. Allow me the same courtesy, please,
Okay,
ma'am.
no problem.
Thank you. Um, Let me give you some tea. The phone call. Forgive me, Don, because they don't know. But Don ain't stupid either. The phone call where she called me, I kept saying nobody asked her where she was. Nobody. I still haven't asked. I haven't heard anybody sit her down and say, "Hey, when you called ZX back to back, where were you?" Well, I'm gonna tell you where she was. She was stalking Don Cato. She was not at home. She was at his residence. He did not know she was outside his residence. He came outside. He saw her. He was like, "Whoa, what are you doing here?" She's like, "Oh, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Come on, we need to talk." And he had not been answering her calls. He had not been talking to her, texting her. So the picture gets painted one way on him, but she tells them a different story. Now, that day that she called me because he spoke to her briefly and then he went for his ride. He left her there. Do you know when he returned 4 hours later, she was there when he returned 4 Hours later, she was there. That is when she called me during that time while she was still at his house. And she wanted me to talk to him on her behalf. So this picture that Don Cato is using her, encouraging her, controlling her. No, Don Cato is tired of it. But let me say this. But he cared about her sobriety, which seems to get lost in this whole thing. He cares about her sobriety. That is something dear to him. And so he will be courteous enough to say, hey, you need to get yourself together. Hey, you need to focus on this. Hey, not just come on, let's go screw. So Don Cato has not been controlling her, being bothered with her. When I went live and I said to her, and I did the live, you said you were watching, I said, you need to separate yourself from Kimmie and Tracy if you want to be with Don Cato, because he doesn't want to be in a relationship with a woman who is attached to two other people that she may be feeding or using him. He's tired of it. He is tired of it. And they are not back together.
But what about
Now,
this person that says they went to dinner? He went to her house and they went out to dinner.
no, you mean after she was begging and calling and calling and begging and begging and begging, and he thought maybe she would use, and so he said, "All right, come on, man, come on." I mean, he did sleep with the woman. They do have a relationship. That doesn't mean that you back together. It just means, look, all right, come on. I was going to get something to eat. Do you want something to eat? All right, come on. And then we're gonna be done with this. And
I
and
mean,
and
that's still a
and
relationship, though.
and are you telling me that you did not tell Kimmie that? No, I didn't tell her that. Of course he's going to listen, which makes Kimmie look even more facetious. I agree. If there is something out there, then he does need to know. He does need to know. I'll be the first person to say, bruh, you see that? So she's telling you one thing, and we all know she does it. He knows she does it. He also knows that when it comes to recovery, he knows a lot about recovery. You don't know Don Cato. There's a lot everybody don't know about him. He sincerely cares about sobriety, which is what the core is supposed to be about. Not all of the drama. For him, it's about, are you staying sober?
Can
I
I be
mean,
honest?
sure.
This is nothing against you, but I'm gonna say, and he can take me to court for this one. I say he full of shit, because for the rest of your life, you cannot run behind that girl and say, well, I'm going to take you out to dinner because I'm scared you're going to use. I'm a still. That's like, I don't want to say stringing along. If he taking her out to eat and she in return giving him something to eat down below, you know what I'm saying? What has
But
really
who says that?
changed?
But suppose she's saying, I didn't tell her that. I swear I didn't. I never told her that. I promise you. They're lying. Suppose she's saying that.
Right. But the problem is this. She has never verbatim said that on YouTube. Now, she has said, well, I don't know why that was said, but she has not flat out, like, if it was me, I'm keep real. If it was me, and let's say, and Kimmie is my friend, and Kimmie is saying that about, my husband or whatever, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to say, Kimmie is a liar. I have never stated that. She doesn't have a simple receipt about that. We've never had them type of conversations. I would be saying all of that. She hasn't said that. What she's doing is, I just want to be a little more private. I want to be a little private. She's doing that to not acknowledge Tracy, Kimmie, or Don Cato so that she can skate around what's going on. You know what I mean?
I
So
agree with you. I agree with you. I've said that. I've said that if you did not say that, you need to be straight up and say, you lied, Kimmie. You need to call her a liar. I did a video earlier today and I said, you know what, MU? You need to demand that Kimmie show the video because I don't know about the text messages. I mean, that's new today, but what we were supposed to be looking for was a video. Now,
no,
today it's
actually,
text
she
message.
no. Actually, she should go live and apologize to Kimmie.
Well, that's something different. We talking about the video and being accountable for it. If they whatever they do, that's between them. I'm talking about Don Cato and MU. If MU, what you just said
Hmm.
was if MU did not say that, she should come out and just say it clearly. I said that today. And I said, MU, you should demand that Kimmie show the video. Put the video. Listen, it ain't got to be a secret. I can guarantee you this much. If I'm telling you, I believe this in my heart. If there is proof that MU lied to him, lied to them, he's done.
Well, she wants to
So
add something to it, and I don't want to put her up here, while you're here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put you in the back for 1 second. Let's see if she has something to add to this, and then we're gonna bring it back around. Hold on 1 second. Let me move you and bring her up.
Hey, Shells.
Okay,
You,
sorry about that, way, honey.
no problem, no problem. So, you know what? I think it sounds as if, first of all, let me say this about the video. She specifically asked me not to bring the video forward. I specifically told her, fine, if you don't want me to bring the video forward, and it's on her video. It's on her. It's still up on her channel. If you do not want me to bring the video out, then I will just simply divulge it in court. I said that. Here's the other thing, though, because I want to stay focused. I want to stay focused
Okay.
because it sounds as if misunderstood from what ZX is saying is misunderstood telling Don Cato. Obviously, it sounds as if misunderstood is telling Don Cato something completely different from what she's saying and to me and what the reality is. Because if
Has to
that's the
be.
case, then I see now where this confusion lies. So that was my only question. Because if that's the case, then I see where the confusion lies. But that'll help put some scope around what I have to say next. So I'm gonna hop back down. Can you ask that question? Because I think that is a valuable question. This is my first time hearing that misunderstood said to Don Cato that I lied. That shit sends me. So I just want to be clear though. I want to be fair and I want to be clear. So can we
Well,
clarify that,
she
Shell?
definitely didn't say your name, but she did say that when I was listening to her, I heard her say that part. So I was just like, uh, damn, she just basically said Kimmie's lying. And she was like, because I don't know why she would say that. I've never said that or this, that. And I'm like, damn, basically you calling Kimmie a liar after you already said all of this other shit over here. So what the fuck is really
Mm-hmm.
going on? So I didn't understand why all that attention and everything was like, your fault or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that at all. And I do like the fact that, we have been able to have this civil conversation and we have learned some stuff because we learned that she outside the house for 4 hours. And when he came back, she out the house for 4 more hours because nobody did a what? A med check.
Well,
51.
that wasn't tea. Like we were in the audience saying none of that was tea for us because these are things that had already been disclosed. The other thing that I want to say is that I think is a writing perception that needs to be clear, that I want to be clear. Misunderstood doesn't talk to me about Don Cato. When she tries to bring Don Cato up to me, I decline the conversation. So as far as she's feeding me shit about Don Cato, The most I've heard about Don Cato in a long time was recently with this whole court gate. But anyway, I just need to stay. I want to stay focused. I'm getting back down in the chat. I won't
So
come
let
back up to
me.
you later.
Okay, you said that was OT. So she confessed to you all that she stood outside his house for 8 hours.
Girl, she said on the live that she was gonna do it. She said that on her
She said
live
she
that
was doing it, but how many people thought she did it?
everybody.
Okay, maybe I don't watch her like that. So let me
You
the
don't
chat. Did
watch her
y'all?
like that. But she said it not only on her shells, she said it on Tracy. I think it was on Tracy's. I know
Look,
for a fact it was on Jay Wilson's too, because Jay Wilson was talking to her about not going to that man's home. So that was no tea for us. So, I want to stay focused though, and I'll hop back down so y'all can continue. But I want to stay focused because if I'm hearing that correctly, then that does provide context for me, right? And as disgusted as I am with Don Cato, I think it will provide some context and give me some more information so that I'm not in that space with Don Cato. So anyway, I'm gonna hop down. Thank you for having me up. I'll just come up whenever he leaves, girl. All right,
okay,
thank
thank
you,
you.
Shells.
All right. Also too in the chat, I don't have a problem with y'all having a difference of agreement, but we really do adult over here. You don't have to name call and disrespect to get your point across. So please just be respectful to my moderators and my guests. You don't have to get too crazy. You can disagree, but you ain't got to get all out of control. You know what I mean? That's just how I run my channel. I know everybody does things different, but don't get too out of hand. So do you have anything to say to basically what she just said? Like, but I also think that I really wish I could talk to Don Cato. I wish he was here on the link because I have some questions for him because I really don't understand. I don't understand why his attention and his problem is with Kimmie. He has a problem with the wrong person.
Well, I think Kimmie just hit the nail on the head. If MU is telling him she never made those statements, then he is inclined to believe her. And so, but if MU did make those type of statements about him to Kimmie, and he has to go to court to find out that that is what actually happened, either way, they're done. They're done. And let me say this: there's more tea that I do know, but I can't release it because Don Cato asked me not to. There are other things that she done and said that were,
And Don Cato playing the game too. I don't know. Something ain't right.
well, I don't think that he's playing the game. I truly don't. I tell you what, we were lining up an interview, and I actually said maybe as such and such. We talked to Sean Bradley. We talked to a couple other people. He just is a private person. If you would like me to set it up, email me and I'll give you the details. We'll do that. But it's going to be private. He doesn't even want exposure. He truly doesn't even want exposure. It's not about him growing his channel. He does bike riding. He does mountain hiking. He's not looking for B sector people to come and like his videos because you don't do bike riding. You don't do the
Well,
things
also
that he
going forward,
does.
why he can't just let it go? If he let it go, then there's no need to even bring it up. You see what I'm saying?
Well, again, when you got one person denying things, and then you have another group of people that are saying you told me this, and they're going based off of what she told them. But then, and on the backside, she's telling him, "Nah, I'm not doing that. That didn't happen that way. They're lying. I love you. I
Let me
want to
tell
be
you,
with you."
this comment right here is so on point because it says we're all fighting, which I'm not really fighting. This is just content or whatever. We're all fighting. Meanwhile, Misunderstood and Don K are skipping into the sunset. And I think that's exactly what's going on. No matter what comes out, they're going to deal with each other. That's the way I see it.
I
No
don't think
matter,
so.
I believe so. Because to me,
If
in
I
my
could tell,
personal opinion,
No, I get it. Based off of what you know, that's what how you're gonna feel. But there's other things, and I know Kimmie and Tracy don't know these things that she's done and said to Don Cato that were outright lies. So he knows that she lies. But with this specific thing,
So he's not concerned about recordings that she said she has more recordings
oh
than him?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Then she told him she was just talking. She never done it. Of course. She was just that was just YouTube stuff. Of course. But yeah, yeah, he's very aware of that. Very cautious. This is why he doesn't talk to her, doesn't text message with her.
I think
And
no
I,
matter
I
what, he gonna deal with her.
Miss and Miss T, let me just tell you on something. I'm just telling you, I think if it at some point it's gonna come out. And at that point, that's when he's going to totally be done because she made some statements that he she made some statements about these two old men trying to ruin my life, and his philosophy is, oh no sweetheart, I've been nothing but a benefit to you, and if you feel that way, then leave me alone. Going on about your business, do you? I don't think you understand, Miss as Hutchinson. I mean, when you're dealing with somebody, when you see them at their weakest moment, OD, when you see people with a crack pipe in their hands, getting high in a corner, and you care about that person, you fight for them. You want them to be better. Of course, again, his whole thing is sobriety. All of the rest of the stuff, he tired of.
So
All
are
of the
is she doing crack too, or did you just use that as an example?
Well, I really don't. I think she thinks that meth is better than crack. This is why she said I'm a meth head. But in reality, we know for a fact she's a crackhead, and she will smoke some meth. Meth is cheaper than crack. That's why you get meth. Everybody knows that. You get more meth with $10 than you do of hard coke. Period. You get about $40 worth for $10 a crack. It's it's a cheaper generic drug, and like to her. I think she thinks it's more prestigious. I have no idea. Uh, but being a crackhead is a crackhead as far as I'm concerned. But I think, and I got to get ready to get out of here to go to work.
Okay.
But let me just say this: there are more details at some point that probably will come out depending. Let me just say this: when some of the things that she said to Don Cato and he popped her lying to him, oh, he almost went nuclear and gave me the go. Like, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Just go ahead and do what you do. Because she's such a liar. He knows she's a liar. But on this point about the video and the sex, she's totally denying it. I never told her that. So we say, show the tape. Show the tape. And that will show who to be a liar. Either Kimmie's lying or she's lying in his eyes. But to be quite fair with you, they both stand equal in his eyes. It could be Kimmie, it could be her. But if it's her, she done. It's over. Because he has caught her in a multitude of lies. And the scatterbrain, the switching of subjects and talking about one thing and switching and talking about that and convoluting things. He's aware of all of that. How she blends this with that. He was shocked. He was shocked when I put the receipts up on the board. Do you know that she would let me here go T. Do you know that she was trying to say that he is the one that told me that her children had been removed? That was part of her lie. And then I put the receipt up showing that she told Suge. years ago that she had a child protective issue, CPS case. I put that up. That's how long the black sector knew about it. I put up a receipt where she said to one of her subscribers that the case was reopened. That's why her children were removed. And the whole storyline of ZX and these people are calling CPS on me. She had a case for well over a year and a half before she even came to the beach sector, as you say. We knew about that. And there's more. There's a lot more. But Don Cato, I'm saying brother to brother, man to man, he tired of it. And if Kimmie is telling the truth, I, to me, and I think with him, he's done with her. They're not officially together. They're not hanging out together. They're not doing things. They're not doing. No, she's trying to do what she needs to do to keep him around. She is trying to keep him. He ain't fighting for her. He's gathering his thoughts. He's doing what he needs to do. But no, it's not like he chasing behind her. She is the one that said, "I'll cover my titties up now when I go live. I'll put a jacket on. I won't have my breasts all exposed anymore. I'll stop talking about our relationship or interactions." Well, it might be too damn late. All of that is to woo him. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody on YouTube. And I think there will be more to come. All right. Now I'm gonna go. I got to get myself up out of here. I got to get to work. But I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. If Kimmie is telling the truth and she got a receipt and video showing that she said that, I think that to me, I think that'll be the nail in the coffin because she has denied it explicitly to him.
I think people just
That's
need to leave Kimmie alone. If I was them, I would leave her alone.
Well, Kimmie need to watch her mouth. She need to stop cursing so much. And I said that much. Kimmie, you need to stop cursing so much. You got a nasty mouth. When you're poised, you're poised. I give her credit. You dig? I give her credit too. But don't be saying I got a nasty mouth when your mouth is just as nasty as mine. And I haven't been bothering Kimmie, but I've been giving my commentary. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
maybe
So
keep it simple.
we'll leave it right there. And you asked one question. I'm gonna get out of here. You asked one question. What do I want from Kimmie?
Mm-hmm.
All I ever wanted, Kimmie, was for you to tell the truth. When we split, I didn't lie on you, and I treated you fairly. I treated you fairly. I didn't have one issue with you. You can have your belief system when it comes to homosexuality, and you can support the rainbow people. I don't care who people sleep with. My only problem was that for a person who represents themselves to be a minister of the word, knowing that the word is in conflict with that behavior, that is where my point of contention
Yeah, I do the same.
lies.
Oh, yeah.
You
Okay.
dig? So with that being said, all I ever wanted Kimmie to do was say I treated her fairly. And I did treat you fairly. I showed you how much money we had and I gave it to you. You were talking about projections and then you deleted the videos and you kept the money. And that's where I was. Come on now, I'm looking at you, but okay. I don't want to reopen that, but that was my point of contention. That was my point of contention. After that, it is what it is. You chew me up, I chew you up until I get tired, spit you out, and back and forth. It is what it is. And I don't belong to no sector. I'm grown folk TV. All right. And I ain't got no picks. If Kimmie is right, I'll support the truth. I will support the truth. If she shows a fact that MU put told her that, then I'm gonna chew MU out. Period. I ain't got no picks. Yeah, you do, Kimmy. I ain't laughing. I ain't smiling with you. I ain't. Nah. Kimmy was my little niece.
I know
I
you
was
miss her. I can
I
tell
was
you
I
miss
was
her.
Uncle ZX. Me and Kimmy talked every day. Every day. She was there when me and my moderators broke up. We were there. She was there at a real pivotal time. I mean, I think Kimmy could be better. Just like she think I could be better, she could be better. But I'm gonna be who I am, and she gonna be who she is. I'll take it easy. Look, take it easy. I am gonna be mean. Everybody know I'm mean. All right, I'm gonna be mean, but I'm fair. I'm hard, but I'm fair. And right is right. If that girl is lying to Don Cato, then show me, and I'll start to chew her ass up, and I'll hold Don Cato. I'll hold him accountable. Period. I'm fair.
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna keep
real
my
fair.
eyes on this whole situation. I really am. I've been following it because it didn't sit right with me, and after today, it definitely doesn't sit right with me. So yeah,
All right. Well, look, you have a good evening. All right.
you too,
I'll
and thank
talk
you
to
for
you
coming
guys
over.
tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you. You have a
I
good day.
appreciate the mature conversation.
Yeah. That's all I've asked for. That's all I ever asked for. You give me smoke, I'm going to give you smoke. You give me respect, and your respect will be respected. That's fair. That's fair. We can debate, we can have conversations about anything, but I just don't do disrespect because I don't owe you respect. You got to give what you want, and that's fair. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey sis, sorry about that.
Hey,
Wait.
honey, no problem. Uh, ZX, I said what I said. You are mean and surly. Okay? Go sit down somewhere because you know good and gosh darn well that 99.99% of the time I ignore you. You and I are never going to, child, we just need to move on. ZX, say it again, Mose. Just an old grunt. He just grumpy. And ZX knows if I say I got a receipt, I got more than one. ZX know that. I ain't finna
What
put, let me
is
tell you something. The people that have this receipt got the receipt, and that's one receipt. That is one of many. If I find I'm going to be fair, I'm going to ask Misunderstood. I'm going to ask her and give her an opportunity to defend herself. If Misunderstood tells me, I just have to go based on what she says, and I have to weigh it out for myself. As far as ZX is concerned, I don't think that it is fair for ZX to jump off of the porch when he only has one set of facts. And the other thing I'm going to say too about ZX is ZX is operating under the impression that Don Cato will ever leave Misunderstood alone.
No, I don't think he ever will leave her alone.
He's
Absolutely
not
not. And I don't.
going to. And
Yeah, I don't
ZX
think
is
she's even.
ZX has got to get his brain out of that mode. No, no, brother to brother. ZX. This is ZX's problem, Shelly. And then what ZX does is he go 52,000 feet for you for a person, right? And then once they disappoint him, he goes ape shit. He goes crazy on them, right? I already see where this is going. I have no skin in this game. I am simply saying, let's go to court. Let's go to court.
I
4
wouldn't know why he
words.
would want to.
Let's go to court. Shelly is a YouTube veteran. She knows this shit inside and out. She's seen the receipt. China's seen the receipt. It's so many people have seen this receipt that you'll never know. And everybody says the same thing. It's incontrovertible proof. And it's more than one video. And there are people right here in this chat and that have been in the other in Misunderstood chats and my chats who said they was there when it happened. So let's just say everybody is lying. Everybody is lying. It would take the court all of 10 minutes to authenticate that message. It'll take the court all of 10 minutes to authenticate the message that was conveyed on my platform multiple times. So at the end of the day, ZX knows if I say I have a receipt, my receipt's receipt. So I'm done with this. I'm fine. I'm still not angry. I really think that they are not going to stop. ZX is doing this at this point. I think from listening to ZX, he's number one doing this because it's a way to dig at me and Tracy. Number two, I do believe that he truly has hung his hat on, hitched himself to this wagon, thinking that Don Cato, grown people are never gonna stop doing what they want to do until they want to do it. You cannot hit your wagon to that. You cannot. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So at this point, let's go to court. I want to go to court. That's it. That's all.
Wait, you
Let's
want to
go to
go to
court.
court?
Let's go to court. Stop with the threats. Let's stop with the threats. Because if ZX and I could sit on the plane, I would have said this. Let's stop with the threats. Let's stop with that. Ha ha ha. Okay, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Ugh. Let's stop with that. Let's focus. He wants to go to court. Let's go to court. I'm going to rake him over the coals. It's going to be brutal. And then I'm going to come live and discuss it. Read the transcript. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I give it up. And it's going to be even worse. Or he can leave me the fuck alone and go over there and sort that shit out with old girl. Because for everything that he's saying about misunderstood, the bottom line to it at the end of the day is that his talawhacker, some kind of way, always finds his way back in her pocketbook.
Yeah, and she may be outside his house peeking through the windows or whatever, but I don't think she doing that much forcing, if you get what I'm saying.
Child,
I think he may be
misunderstood
telling
ain't
ZX
forcing
something
him.
different, but I don't think that's what's going on.
Misunderstood is not forcing him to do anything. I don't believe that. Under any circumstances, do I believe that? Now, do I believe that she was outside of his home? Yes, she already said that. So, see, Shelly, I'm taking the meat from the bones. If misunderstood is saying that I am telling a lie, and if Don Cato is saying that I am lying, then let's go to court. It's not going to end up in your favor, but let's go anyway so that we can solidify this once and for all. And then I can get a restraining order on all y'all. Because at this point, I'm sick of all y'all. Because this is dumb. And ZX knows better than this. ZX knows. Don Cato came on my platform and I said to his face, I am repeating what was said to me. He then repeated, oh, okay, you're repeating what was said to you. Well, that's not true. Well, whether it's true or not, sir, that's up for discussion. So it is what it is. I am happy to go to court. Let me know the time and date, sis. Just let me know, girl, and we can all go. Let's all go to court. But
Child.
just know we ain't leaving without restraining orders. And I'm gonna laugh at all of y'all because you're gonna lose and you're gonna lose big and bad.
Black Pearl has a question, but as far as I know, y'all still have a relationship. I never
I'm see Black Pearl. This is the beauty. This is the beauty of all of this. I'm not angry with misunderstood at all. I don't have no problem with it. It's none of my business who she's with. None whatsoever. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm hearing you might sue. No. You came in late, Pizarro. You came in late, source. What we're talking about is Don Cato has been over on ZX's panel saying that he's going to take me to court. He's been threatening me. He's been making threats to Tracy. It's just been stupid. So what I'm saying is, at this point, let's go to court because I'm tired now. So let's go to court. I don't have no problem with it. We can go to court because my proof is proofing. My receipts are receipting. So I don't have no problem with that. We can go to court. So I'm responding to the threats that I'm tired of the threats. So while they're making threats, then anybody making threats needs a restraining order. They're quite easy to get. 7 stars got 100-year one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I'm not
Yeah.
looking.
Don Cato, if I was you, I would sit this one out. I don't know you personally. I don't have no issue with you. It's not, it's not personal. But if I was you, I would probably sit this one out. Misunderstood, if I was you, I would sit this one out. I would just sit it out. Sometimes you gotta sit it out. Sometimes you gotta sit it out.
Just let them keep on. Like at this point, let's just let everybody keep on. But until I hear Misunderstood say that I am lying, then we have a different type of problem. I have not heard Misunderstood say that, but I'm not gonna lose. You understand?
Yeah. Now we got ZX in the back. I know you said earlier you didn't have a problem with him coming up.
I don't have
ZX,
a problem. You can bring ZX up. ZX mean necessarily. ZX knows that.
I just want to make sure ZX, you don't expect me to take her off of here, do you? You want me to bring you up now? Can you type it in the back chat if you can?
Girl, he don't care. Bring him on up, child.
Oh, Lord, ZX, we're not gonna do that now.
If she, oh, okay,
We're
I
not
see what you're
doing that.
saying, ZX. No, I know what he talking about. I know what he talking about. But ZX, you know for a fact I'm not lying. You know that if I say I have a receipt, I have a receipt, and my receipt is receipting. And if she is all those things
Wait,
that
wait,
Don
wait, wait, wait. Do he mean lying about what's going on now? Or he's talking about something way back when? I'm sorry, my baby love over here need my attention. Baby, hold on 1 second.
Okay, baby. Wait a minute. What you talking about, ZX? Can you clarify?
Do you mean about what we talking about today, or are you talking about some stuff from like a year ago, ZX? Can you just let me know if you talking about recent stuff?
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
Because we're not gonna revisit back like whatever y'all went through 7-10 years ago.
But you're speaking for him, ZX. Just because you say he's gonna be done doesn't mean he's gonna be done. You gotta stop hanging your hat on that. Didn't he say on your panel, or was this could have been a troll? But didn't I hear Shelly told me, so this wasn't no troll. Shelly said that y'all was over there making threats and that y'all want to go to court. So now let's go to court.
Chinese instead.
Let's go to court. We can go to court. I don't have no problem with it. They're gonna look quite foolish because, as you said, I am quite poised.
All right, I'm gonna
more than you.
ZX, I'm gonna bring you up, but since we on this subject and we still on this, I think we can all adult. I just have a feeling that we can.
ZX,
oh no, he left.
You still been talking. Look, ZX, I don't. You control ZX. I have said many times, child. You are going to be 100 years from now. You gonna go to glory one way or the other, talking about somebody who ain't talking about you on YouTube. So do you think there's any type of incentive for me? You can't troll me into showing you shit. You can't troll me into that. I don't give a shit whether Don Cato is with Misunderstood or not. And who Misunderstood is with is not my concern. What we're not going to do is sit out here and call me a liar. That's what we're not going to do. So if that's what's being said, then we have a different type of problem. So then we need these receipts to start receiving. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would just let the whole situation go. If it was me, and I know people, they don't have to say like, don't show. Listen, one thing about me, nobody don't have to worry about me showing no receipts. You know how many receipts I've been holding for how many years, or things I don't even care to put out? Do you know that Brooke Ben sent me pictures of a baby? How long ago? You know what I mean? I've never gotten into that. Never, So no, I don't do that. If somebody give me a receipt, tell me to hold it, I'm gonna hold it.
Shelly is gonna hold that receipt. Shelly is going to hold that receipt. I already know it. But just in case something goes awry, bitch, I got a whole Dropbox, every video, everything. So I'm gonna let the video and everything else, the summation of my evidence, speak for itself. I ain't gonna have to say shit, and I'm gonna submit it to the court ahead of time. When is the court date? I'm gonna change my moniker. It's gonna be Justice for Kimmie.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Oh, so show it. Okay, I'm going to be done.
Okay, now we also got ZX.
Is he coming up here?
He's up here. I don't know what happened.
He's not up here.
Oh, his device. I think it's his device.
Oh, okay.
And then we also have Didi in the back. So I want to bring him up and then see if it's okay to bring her up at the same time. Or matter of fact, I can, if he doesn't click back on, I can let her up and let her say what she needs to say. He can respond to that. Oh, I should use my banner.
I'm good. No, it's me.
I know I'm always getting on other people for it, but then I turn right around and did it myself.
You tell me in a heartbeat, put that banner up.
Exactly.
Right.
But you know what? That's a compliment because y'all know I don't be on that shit. So anyway, hey Kimmie.
Hey girl.
This, you had messy in the title, girl. Don't do me. But I'll behave myself. But anyway, yeah, we know, we know. But ain't y'all tired of that subject? I'm ready for the court case.
Wait a minute. Somebody said in the chat that Misunderstood said clearly in her live. I didn't see that.
Uh-oh.
Kimmie, you will lose in court. Oh no, baby. I won't, baby.
No, she won't.
The way she said it, she said it in a way where it was not like Kimmie is lying. She didn't say it that way, but she kind of snuck it in there. She's very smooth with the way she does stuff. So I mean,
right.
Oh, you been seeing what I've been seeing, Didi?
Girl, I told y'all I'm trying to behave.
I mean, I have like 10 devices. Let me just go to her you said it's the last video.
See, she on
it.
We
can video from today.
Now
we talk about just Kimmie. I don't know who y'all talking about.
Let's solve this right now. So if it was what was her last video, she said I was lying. We can solve it. Well, I don't have no problem with it. I got 32
let's find out
devices.
first before we go with that. Lord, lady, I hope you ain't did no crazy mess like that. No, this is the video from last night. I don't think it's no new. Hold on. No, this is the same one I watched. The Pizarro was on there.
So this is from last night?
Yeah. So
let me just go get my other MacBook. I'm gonna go.
No. That wasn't, unless I fell asleep on it. I didn't hear that last night. Oh, hold up. This person ain't going. Okay.
Hey, my AT2.
Hold up. Why my comments not coming up? She said she never told you that. I honestly did not hear that last night. Maybe I need to go rewatch it because I was kind of like drifting off because it was kind of like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about that. But I never really heard her say like verbatim, like Kimmie. I did hear her say another time, I don't know why Kimmie's saying that. But that was like some days ago or whatever. And I was like, how long is Kimmie going to let this shit slide? But I didn't hear that last night. So I don't know.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they so I really yeah, to be honest, I would have said it to her just like that because when I heard it, I was like, no, I would be like, girl, you want to straighten that shit out because you out here got people talking about they gonna sue me and I ain't got nothing to do. Like I ain't made up no nothing. But then I remember when you said that, Kimmie, and then I remember her saying, well, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, adults do different things and it's not like he can go to jail for it. And I remember Tracy was on the link too, and you. And everybody was just laughing and whatever else, like no big deal or whatever. So
right.
I don't know.
What Pizarro said. She been said.
Oh, thank you, Raz Black. Because the timestamp I think will be good too. You know, just to get to it. But I do think that needs to be cleared up, or either just even going forward, just like, well, I think what she's trying to do is move forward and not really have to say anything. That way she doesn't have to say Kimmie lied, and she also doesn't have to say, well, I said or I didn't say. You see what I'm saying? So I think if she can just try to avoid it and talk in circles or talk about other content or other subjects from other content creators, then she doesn't have to acknowledge it. She doesn't have to acknowledge, you know, what's going on.
I only have one question, then I'll drop down because I'm enjoying the show and I don't want to cock block. Okay. Because
you ain't cock blocking.
Okay. So they be scared to be on panels with me. But don't you find it? I think it's quite interesting. You know, I'm an old head. I'm 70 years old. I'm a baby boomer and stuff like that. Y'all young,
right behind you,
right? Don't you think it's interesting? People want to hold folk catch to one set of standards, but they don't want to follow their own standards. What word comes to mind when you hear people acting like that? I'm just curious.
Hypocrite.
That part. I just didn't want to come across as salty. Okay.
That's okay, Kimmie.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I mean, how do you feel about like this whole situation? I mean, because I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, see, the thing about the beef sector, it's always going to be sector, whether it's low on views or popping. It's always going to be the beef sector, right? And it doesn't matter, in my opinion, if a play is over here and people want to jump in, you know, like hopscotch or double dutch or whatever. But what you bringing to the table? That's my thing. What you bringing? What you bringing? And it seems to me, this is me, it's a play. That's all. It just seems to me.
Some people think that.
Yeah.
You're not the only one that thinks that.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people feel that way. Some people feel that he's in on it and she's in on it.
And people who
but the friends on the outside
in on it. But anyway.
Yeah, you're not the only person that thinks that, Didi. A lot of people just don't want to say it because the thing about it is, if you're honest, guess what happened? You get blocked.
That's it.
Or timed out.
I love the entertainment. I don't want to jump ahead and say, hey, I know what's going to happen and all of that. I want to sit back and enjoy it. But what I don't like is people trying to, let's just say, profit off of they fuck shit. But then everybody should profit off fuck shit. Don't say Kimmie got a foul ass mouth when everybody got a foul ass mouth. Leave Kimmie the fuck alone. That's what I'm saying. I'm here for the court case. I'm here for the fuck shit. But don't try to point out shit that we all came up off of that. Okay? If I didn't click live and cuss somebody out, I wouldn't have had clicks and views. So let's stop that. That's what I meant, the hypocrite part. How you gonna tell somebody got a foul mouth? Shut the fuck up. I couldn't handle it no more. Okay, because all of us gonna have foul mouths after the court case.
Well, you know, I was saying earlier when the people was getting mad saying I was being messy, and I'm like, if y'all don't like mess, none of us would be here. We're all subscribed because we like mess. And then when we come to you to something that ain't got nothing to do with mess, y'all ain't nowhere to be found. So it seemed like we all like mess, you know?
Stop judging and trying to tell somebody else what to do because she better than you. Shut up. I ain't mad at just Kimmie. I'm busy. I'm studying and stuff. But I ain't gonna hold just Kimmie to something that had happened 4 or 5 years ago. Get over. I can look in the mirror and tell my damn self, get over it. Leave people alone. Let them shine. Watch the show. Sit back in the cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a poll up here because Didi, I don't think you're by yourself. Let me see. Hold on.
Itsy B Shake said, I love the mess. That's why we're here.
Yeah, But see, with me, I like orchestrated mess. I don't like mess to the point where you can't hear what's going on. You don't know what the hell going on.
Oh, okay.
People just saying stuff, ain't no proof behind it, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. And that's how you run your channel. And I respect, that's why I said it earlier. I said, let me calm myself down. Shelly will pop me out the sky. Because it's hard for me to respect somebody that don't respect me. You don't ask for respect, we don't give it. And when you a man, if you can't treat a woman like a woman, then she gonna act like a man. Bottom line. Meaning black women have to fight off white men and black women. Leave me alone. Leave me out of that conversation. Okay.
I'll start a poll. Here we go.
Hopefully
it'll go. I put both of their names because I feel like they're working together. Is that what you're saying too? You feel like both of them are working together?
Of course, behind the scenes. Call me, email me. We gonna keep it off YouTube and click 5 minutes later. They doxing you and your mama. Get what? You know what? You know.
All right. Do y'all see the poll in the chat?
What did it say?
I don't know if it went through. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. We got 14 votes. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Poor Beasley. Beasley, your poor little pathetic return ain't working. I'm on your head by not even being here. You scared to click links now. Click this link. We can have a discussion on what you're trying. Didn't I just say, oh, we're going to go forward from today? You ain't got nothing else but a lie. What happened? Boo-boo? It ain't working. I think 4 of them working together. That's what I said. Now let me go down so you can have your show. Do you have any questions for me, boo?
No, babe. But you know what? Tomorrow, hopefully, I have everything together. We're gonna be playing trivia with the members.
Perfect.
So I'm a little running behind on it, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing tomorrow, huh?
What time?
Probably about like 9 p.m. No, probably I'm gonna say 10 because it always has to be either 3 or 10. So it's gonna be 10 p.m. Huh?
I'm on the West Coast.
Oh, Eastern Standard Time. So for you,
7?
Huh?
That'll be 7 my time.
Yeah, about 7 your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
schedule it though before tonight is out. I was just trying to figure out exactly all in which direction I was going, but yeah, we're gonna be playing trivia tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
I was having some issues with my other phone where I have, to make wish my face. So anyway, I got that straightened out. I ain't gonna get into that again because they already irked me early. People don't know what the hell they be talking about.
Right. But yeah, if going forward, in my opinion, especially about this topic, everybody can play by your rules. What you can't make a set of rules for me, and then your rules is here, there, and everywhere. No, ma'am. That's slavery been over. Okay. Talk to you later.
Thank you for coming up. I can do all things. Thank you for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. I'm feeling like, okay, hold on. Let me see. So y'all still voting. We got 105 votes. I don't know why it's looking so crazy on this side. Well, more people, we got 68%, 69% feel that it's a play. Damn. I really think it is. I mean, and I honestly think that even ZX is not in the know of everything. I think he's also being told one thing, but I think dude is in with the bullshit. I mean, it has to be. It's just too much that's not even making any sense. And then trying to throw it and put it on other people when those people don't even really have nothing to do with it. It's not making any sense. Didi? I think you, okay, there you go. I think you left. Okay, I don't know who this person is. I got to put on my banner, Paris somebody. And after this, I will be ending the show because I've been on here for over 3 hours and, my family is home. Okay. Okay. Okay, Paris?
Yeah, Paris.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're really crackly.
Let me talk. Come
maybe click off and come right back.
That's what
Oh, wait a minute. All right, let me check this. Okay, so we had 70%. Hold on. 119 votes. Okay, 69. Well, MU, there you go. Sometimes it's best to let the people talk. The poll is still going, but sometimes it's best to let other people talk, because at least more than half the people feel like it's some type of play that y'all doing. Now, there may be some people who might think that just MU is running the play and DK is not in on the play. But I feel like he's in on the play. You know, I think he exaggerates on some stuff. No, you don't stick with somebody because you're afraid that they're gonna fucking lose or use. No, you tell them, hey, I'm scared you're gonna use. I'm gonna send you to rehab, because rehab is the only place that can fix her. You can't hold on to her or hold on to a relationship to stop her from using drugs. That sounds absolutely crazy. So I think that's just an excuse. And like I said before, I've heard different things about financial stuff that she's, and I'm not saying this came from this or that, but I've heard about financial things she's done. So I don't know if he's sticking around because it's beneficial to him in some type of way, but I just feel like he's more a willing participant than what he's making things out to be. So I got to put my banner up again. Okay, well, you clicked off, so I'm not really for sure who that person is anyway. But what's up, Ken? So, you know, oh, that's Beasley. Okay. Ken, there's been so much going on today. So I'm quite sure that if Kimmie feels the need to, you know, she'll end up going live. For those other people's sake, I hope she don't have to take it there, you know, because it's not going to look none too right, is what I'm saying. All right, so I see you in the back again. Hold on.
Hello.
All right, welcome, Beasley. How may I help you?
I just wanted to comment on the topic. How are you? I never met you before.
Okay, nice talking to you.
How do you know? We haven't even spoke yet.
Well, you came up here, so it's nice talking to you. You said hello.
Oh, okay.
That's talking.
All right, that's far. Three of the main people I know I already know for a fact are prolific liars. I know for a fact that three of them, I don't know Don Cato too well, but I wouldn't put it past that he would lie as well. But I don't think this is a play. I think that it's quite possible, allegedly, maybe possibly, that that MU told Kimmie one thing and then tells him another. That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise at all.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Yeah.
Thought about that. That's probably what happened. That's probably what happened. And Kimmie, you know, she's been less than truthful many times as well. But she seems to be real resolved that she has a solid receipt, and I don't see anyone begging to go to court. And I don't even know why anybody would threaten court. You know, there's nothing wrong with Don Cato if this is his truth and they watch gay porn and then they decide to have anal sex. That's not, I mean, it's the beef sector. What's the big deal? If this is true, I think it's a good time for him to come out and embrace his truth. He won't be judged any type of harsh way.
Well, if it's the truth, if it's the truth, right? And I'm saying if it's the truth, right? I'm just saying hypothetically, we're just talking, right? If a man is to do things of that nature, you are gay. Straight men do not take it in the butt.
No. If he's a straight man, if he's a straight man and he's watching gay porn and he has anal, if a man has anal sex with a woman, he's gay?
I wouldn't go that far.
Right.
But if a woman is pegging a man, he's definitely gay. He's definitely bi-curious, or he wants to try it out. He likes it up the ass. And I'm sorry, he's not straight. Ain't no straight man gonna let you go up in his ass.
I would probably agree with that. I don't know if that really makes you gay. That would make you like very, very bi-curious. You're definitely you're definitely on the gateway. You're on that. You're headed that direction if you aren't there already. But all of these people are prolific liars. I don't think it's a play. I think this man is genuinely insulted that this is out here like that. You know, and it's quite possible. I don't know. I'm just speculating that out of anger and trying to embarrass him after she felt shamed and embarrassed, that she told a tall tale on him.
Wait, who told a tall tale on who? Who lied on who?
It's quite possible that MU told Kimmie a tall tale. I know that she would spew it out. It's possible that it's not true. And even what any of these people say, we don't know what the truth is or what the lie is. It's about clicks and views and attention.
Well, I guess that brings right back to exactly what Didi said. It's a play, period. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I feel like I just think that he's more involved than what he even tries to make it seem like. You know, I don't know what's going on type of stuff. I don't really believe that.
For ZX to say that he's a private person, but ZX is blasting the man's business out here about his woman that he's been with, well, that he's been involved with for 3+ years, and calling the man every yeah.
My bad.
Oh, you're fine, Ken. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'll let Ken talk.
Yeah, I don't see how this is a private person.
Yeah, I'm not getting private from it either.
I don't think that's a private person, because if they have a relationship like that, and it's my privacy about something that's sensitive with me, I would ask a friend or associate to, stop this shit. Don't continue this. Don't continue this. They're both fighting each other through a proxies. Kimmie and Tracy. Kimmie and Tracy being proxies for MU, and ZX being a proxy for Don Cato, and they might just be sitting back, enjoying each other the way however they choose to enjoy each other while all this is going on.
Now let me tell you something, Beasley. Have you? Is this your first time coming here?
Yes.
Okay. So you're not too familiar with me. So let me tell you.
I don't know you. I don't know. You just came across the feed, and I was listening, and I'm familiar with the topic because it's been a hot topic.
She don't like when people. She don't like when people eat on the panel. She don't like people with background noise. I'm just telling you because you're not familiar with her.
That's what I was just gonna tell them.
I said what I had to say.
And I agree with some of the stuff that he said. I do agree with that. But my thing is, and I'm about to be honest with y'all. Y'all know I'm not no sugarcoat, and I ain't about to hold my tongue for nobody. And I'm cool with MU, but I'm about to be honest. If Don Cato is straight or whatever, it don't matter. Listen, he's making all straight men look bad with this conversation. If all of this did happen, you cannot come on here and say that you a straight man. Period. You making all of us look bad, because some of the LGBT people already think some of us are DL, or think that something is going on with us because of stuff like this. And it is what it is. So, and I'm leaving all this. I'm taking your advice and Kimmie advice. I'm leaving all of this alone because I'm out here fighting and doing all of this because they jumped the girl and they piling up on her. And I don't like the people that's piling up on her anyway. I don't like them at all. So that's why I jumped in. But I'm starting to see a pattern that I don't like. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Period.
That's how I felt about the whole situation, because I'm like, I see the game that's being played, and I've been paying attention for quite a while. You know what I mean? And it's not a personal beef or anything, but it's just I see what's going on. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of times I even tell Joyce, like, I get it. Everybody wants to swing or defend people, but I know even on my end, some of the things, the worst things I've ever done is defending other people. You know what I mean?
Right.
It always comes back to bite you because either they'll make an ass out of you, or
Mm-hmm.
later on they lie on you, or they're playing a game. You know, they're playing two sides. All of these little different things. So now I'm like, look, if other people beefing, if it ain't really got nothing to do with me, I'm gonna stay out of it. Now I have gotten involved sometimes, especially when. And you know, even with Kimmie, everybody was on her, and I was like, okay, this is just getting too much. Like the
Yeah.
whole every sector is on her neck right now. Like I gotta,
And that's when you came out and did your thing. Yep.
yeah. So you know, I just think that, and I think that's another thing. Sparkling water, people do want MU to just stop lying, but this is another thing too. When you know who a person is, at some point you also have to make a decision. Am I going to accept this person for who they are, or am I going to leave them alone? Because whatever her age is, she ain't no teenager. That lady is not going to change. She's set in her way. She is who she is. You know, and I think that's the thing. Sometimes when people show you who they are, you just have to believe them. And then at that point, you have a choice to make. Okay. Am I going to listen to this and say, you know what? I got to take it as entertainment because I don't know if this person telling the truth or not. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're just saying outrageous shit just cause or what. Or you say, you know what? I'm not going to encourage this type of behavior or whatever. Or, you know, because she's not going to stop. I see the game that she's playing. I see I don't want to. Yeah, and no one told me. I'm like, yeah, okay, you know. So I see all the stuff that's going on or whatever, but I just stay out of it because if this is a friendship that Kimmie has accepted and she's in it, and she supports it, same thing with Joyce or whatever, then hey, by all means, you like it, I love it.
But Shell, but let me say this though, and this is the truth. This could have been let go. Like right after that court case, this could have it was gone. Nobody wasn't really discussing it no more.
Right.
Kiki and her man, they was doing other things. You know, they was on their weight loss journey. You know, everybody was doing their own little thing. Grandma Glitter Boots was the one that sparked it back up with the interview he did with Don Cato. That's what sparked this whole thing up. Now, if he didn't do that interview, if he's so-called a private man, then all of this wouldn't be going on right now. And then he keep coming out saying, "What Don Cato say this, and I know for sure Don Cato." Like he just keep bringing it up and keep smoking it up. And as a man, Don Cato not coming out here and checking them, saying, "Hey, dog, look, I'm not saying all of that. I don't feel that type of way. Can you please stop coming out here and saying such and such, and you know I don't feel that type." No, he's not coming out here to do it because he's right along with that man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He ain't gonna tell him that because he right on the phone saying God knows what. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's saying one thing to ZX, something different and misunderstood. Everybody is hearing different pieces. Some people out here getting blamed for stuff. Some people out here looking like a fool. But I had, like I said, the caller that called in earlier was really emotional about misunderstood. It was like, I just don't want everybody to turn their back on her. You know, she's just so fragile. And I said, I don't know why you're saying that. There's nothing about her this fragile. I think she's the number one game player. You know what I mean? I think she thinks everybody else is dumb because she's been getting away with so much for so long. You know what I mean? And no one really calling her out or holding her feet to the fire. So there's nothing about her that's, in my opinion, fragile. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows.
I'm over it. I'm just done with it. I'm over it. You don't see me talking about it no more. I'm not jumping in to fight for nobody. I'm shutting up. I'm just moving on because I really don't care about it. I don't really care about it no more. It just is what it is.
Did you ever decide on the, you know, since everybody's got their little challenges and stuff going now, there's so many things going on. It's about what, 3?
Yeah, I did.
Today.
I actually talked to somebody who I'm real cool with. He might let me do it. I want to do it in the kitchen in one of the restaurants. That I, you know. And I talked to 2 of the chefs that I used to work with, and they said they're gonna think about it, and they might just let me do it because, you know, I want people to see the real a real restaurant kitchen. I want them to see the real ingredients, the real stove, like experience how it really is to how it is to cook in a real kitchen. So
Right.
they told me they're gonna get back at me, and if they do, then we on and popping.
Okay, y'all said she was in here earlier. I didn't see her. What do y'all remember what she said before she deleted the comment?
What are you talking about? Misunderstood?
Yeah. But she's definitely not fragile. I mean, the caller was so, upset and worked up. And I get it. Like a lot of times when you watch somebody or you listen to somebody every day or every other day, you do become concerned about that person. You do tend to care about the person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about clicks and views for everybody. You have a lot of subscribers who get emotionally invested. They get caught up in what we have going on here. She's very good at making herself seem like,
But they also play both sides. Them subscribers
yeah,
play both sides a lot,
yeah.
and I see a few of them. I'm not gonna name them, but I see a few of y'all are playing both sides. Y'all be in them people chats, acting like y'all agree with them, but then y'all go in that lady chat and acting like y'all agree with her. I mean, if y'all so concerned about what's going on with this lady, tell her the truth. Stop playing both sides.
Wait, the Sinetta person wasn't Sinetta just in her chat yesterday? I don't know that person, but I've heard their name a lot. I don't know about that because that person was just in her chat last night, I thought. When she was talking.
Yeah, he always in her chat. Every time she go live, he'll drop him and some dude named Mr. Skinny. Both of them always drop down.
Wow. I
They have
mean,
big platforms.
and I'll tell you, I'm gonna say he's the biggest problem in my eyes.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. If she's the type of person, according to him, right, that she's outside his house for 4 hours peeking through the window, and he leaves and comes back. Yeah, that's what was said earlier today. And Kimmie said that everybody knew that. I had never heard anything about that. Kimmie said Misunderstood had told everybody. Well, I don't think anyone took her serious.
I didn't know it was 4 hours though. Jesus.
Yeah, well, he said like 4 hours, and then he had left, and then he came back, and she was still there or whatever, right? So if a person is doing all of that, they're hooked on you. They can't let you go. A person like that, you have the power to say, you know what? You're going to go live right now, and you're going to tell Kimmie you are a effing liar. I ain't did no such thing. And it could be that, you know what I mean? Some other stuff has been whatever. But since that has not happened, I feel like he's with the shit.
He's preparing to take Kimmie to court, allegedly. Idiot. But he's I'm gonna say this: if he take her to court, he's gonna lose.
He's gonna make a fool out of himself.
Exactly. He over there listening to ZX, thinking that he's gonna win. He's going to lose bad and real bad. So try to do it, but you're gonna lose, and everybody else get mad at people because they're taking other people to court. But I mean, they don't feel no type of way about him taking this woman to court. I mean, she's going off on what somebody else told her,
right?
And they confirmed it. So he never denied it until all of this blow up.
I'm gonna tell you something else that nobody really has talked about or brought up, or they didn't really think much of it. But when she said the thing like, it's not
thank you all the smoke.
It's nothing he can get in trouble for. You don't talk like that about somebody that you love. I just took that in a different way. Now they say I read too much into stuff, but I'm like, why would she say that? That'll make people be wondering what the hell going on.
Wait, what she said?
She said it's nothing he can go to jail for. It's nothing he can. It's nothing he can get in trouble about. And I'm just like, who says that? So my mind went to something completely different.
That's interesting.
All right, hey Beasley.
Hi. I
And it
pray that
wasn't
they
like I was
finish it.
getting time stamp because I'm not really like overly invested in her life. It's just content, and because she is thrown in our face in the beef sector, I'm forced to hear about her. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I'm just talking about it because at least three people I support do commentary on her. Did you have something you wanted to add, Beasley?
Um, let me think for a minute. The guy up there, I don't know his name. He
Ken Nola.
said Canola. He said that this all could have stopped. Yeah, it could have stopped, but then people wouldn't have too much to talk about. People need something to talk about,
Agree.
so they talked about it, and it was entertaining, and it feeds on itself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I see Gigi or DD, whatever her name is, in the chat, and she's been riding ZX for 3 years.
Okay,
For
let's not
3
do
years.
personal attacks because she's not even the
It's
topic.
not an attack. It's not an attack. It's to fill you guys in why she's attacking the man.
No,
Now
I
he
trust me. I'm S. Hutchinson. I don't need to be filled in too much of anything.
okay. Well, he's attacking me as well, but I can take it. Very very aggressive. Very aggressive. It's not necessary. I've never done anything to this woman, but no, all of these people once again will tell tales. I know they'll tell tales. They've told tales on me. So I know that they'll tell tales. And one is just a little bit slicker, a little bit manipulative, and knows how to play a little bit better. And I've fallen for it. And you know what? I've also made the mistake of defending people. And I don't say it's always a mistake because whenever I see somebody getting bullied up and piled on, and I like them a little bit, I come to their aid. I'm just
Exactly.
I'm just cut like that against the odds. They need some, like I spoke up for Seven. And I never even I like Seven. I mean, she didn't pin a baby on me, and
Mm-hmm.
I spoke up for Seven, and that's unpopular. Am I going to fight her battles? No, I'm not going to do all that because if you're going to, the problem that you get when you defend somebody like that is that, especially if you've got a little bit of knowledge of how this stuff works and some strategy and some gameplay, you would want them to follow your directions. Hey, play it like this. Don't do this. Don't do that. And no one ever follows directions. Nobody. Not on
For the
YouTube.
ones that said ZX probably would hit the link. ZX has already been up here on the link. We had a very civil conversation, and
I
then
mean, if you do hit the link, I'm not gonna argue, disrespect him up here because I have a lot of respect for Shelly. But I do want to ask him some questions, like you know, and I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I just want to know why is he going so hard for this man? Let this man speak for himself. He's a grown man with kids.
yeah, we had a very civil conversation. He was up here for a while. Kimmie was up here, came down, came back up again. Also, too, for anyone who might just be coming in late, Kimmie sent me a receipt. I'm not going to share the receipt, you know what I mean? Because it's not my place to share it, you know what I mean? Unless she said, hey,
Mm-hmm.
share the receipt or whatever. But with the receipt, I just feel like nobody should really be bothering her personally. And I even told ZX, if he's your friend, I would lay off of Kimmie. Because sometimes sometimes you gotta walk away from a situation just based off your
Mm-hmm.
relationship with that person. Like, okay, well, all right, me and Ken, we real cool. That's my little brother, and da 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 da. So I'm gonna let that go because it just ain't worth the smoke that's about to come his way. Sometimes when you're really cool with somebody, then you do stuff like that. Because like I said, I don't think that, I don't think he wants to go to court. I don't think he wants Kimmie to have to go live. I don't think he really wants that. You know what I mean? Now,
But
if he
but
wants it, if this is a part of play number 2, and they want to do it, you know what I mean, because they want the clicks and views, then maybe that's what it is. I don't know because
but if it is a play, it's a play between ZX and Don Cato.
I feel like it's more of a play with Misunderstood and Don Cato together.
I don't think it's a play. I think that man's genuinely offended. I think Don Cato's genuinely offended that those allegations are out.
But
I think that,
how? But how?
and I and
Go
I
ahead,
and I
Jesus.
and I think he's probably um, hired ZX as his proxy, and ZX does a good job of arguing his point. I'd also like to add, ZX isn't always wrong. he isn't always wrong. And
But he's wrong in this situation.
in this situation,
He's right
not
about
maybe.
a lot of stuff. He might be wrong in how he's going
Um,
about it.
I mean, yeah, he's right about some of the stuff that he was saying, but you fighting another man battle with his girl, that's
He has
weird.
a he has a he has
Well,
a large
he's
he has,
looking
he
at
has a
it like
larger
this.
he
I'm
has a
not taking
larger
up for him. He's looking at it like misunderstood got people speaking on her behalf, and he doesn't have anybody backing him up, right? So he's trying to take up for his homeboy, but his homeboy ain't being honest with him. That's what's going on because the truth be told, none of them, when I say none of them, nobody should be in the middle of their relationship because their
Correct.
relationship should not even be on YouTube for anybody to be in the middle of it. You see what I'm saying? So
you
that's
guys
Yeah.
where the mistake started
you
from the get-go. So
you guys
he's
can't
going
be
by
the
what he's being told on the phone because as a man, I guess he don't want to have to admit certain things or whatever, to his homeboy.
But as a man, you can't let another man come out here and say stuff that you never said.
you are you guys this naive? I know you guys aren't this naive. This isn't about principle. This isn't about principle. It's about click
Hey,
views
babe.
Hey,
and
Kimmie.
I
power.
mean, I know where you at with it, Beasley. I know
That's
exactly
where
where you at with
that's
it.
where it is. This is content, and people pay people to speak for them. What are
Hmm.
you got? What world are you guys in? This isn't about principle. This ain't about right and wrong. Somebody hires me to do something, I'm going to push a line. Period. Just like a lawyer. A lawyer's hired to defend person or to argue a case. He doesn't have to believe in it. He's paid to make an argument.
The person that I would like to hit the link. Now I'm not gonna go email anybody to set anything up or anything like that. Just because not because I'm afraid to email ZX or anything like that. It's just because I'm as Hutchinson and I just be feeling like I don't have to send out no emails to anybody to get anything. So I just feel like if they want to talk to me, they'll come over here. So I really wish that Don Cato would hit the link because I definitely have questions for him. I don't understand what his problem is. And I would just ask him because see, I'm not gonna skate around it and I'm not gonna talk in circles. I'm gonna get right down to it, and I'm not gonna let you skip over because I'm gonna keep on bringing you right back to the matter at hand. Okay.
I think I think he would be a damn fool to come talk to a stranger about his personal business
Well, he's
because
talking to ZX about his personal business. That's a stranger.
that's not a complete stranger. They apparently have built some type of rapport with each other.
But so let me ask you this question:
Uh
if
huh.
he never ever met up with ZX, he never met up with him. He don't even know anything about this man. You
ZX
still
addressed
would you
some of
still
them.
tell him your business?
I can tell you ZX address and the name of his mother. Some of us, and he probably could tell you the name of my grandfather and the name of my brother. So we may not have met, but we know plenty about each other. So
Well, let me see this.
and many times we meet people on these platforms and we talk with them behind the scenes about all kinds of stuff, and we consider them friends that we've never met. People fall in love in here that have never met. So let's be for
But
real.
but
Yeah.
Beasley, the, I'm not going to tell nobody anything about me and my wife. Nothing. I mean, not a damn thing.
Yeah.
You're and there's and there's
Me and Kimmie been knowing each other for what 4 years. Me and Shelly,
Right.
we don't discuss our relationships like that.
Never.
Nope.
Never.
well,
And
other
this is
people are
something I think that we can all agree on this panel, right? And I'm gonna ask y'all this for each person that's on here. Um, okay, Monica. Do you not agree that even with Don Cato, right? Even if he felt like he couldn't say certain things to misunderstood, right? Because she likes the attention or whatever the case may be, right? ZX being his homeboy, he has the power to also say, you know what, ZX, please don't even speak about this anymore. Just for me, let it
Correct.
go. Like when it comes to anything with me, my woman, or a situation with what Kimmie said, let that go. He has the power to say that too. He hasn't said it. Does he not
I
have the
said
power?
that 4 lives ago. I'm getting a call. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, yo, you're fine. So Beasley, does he not have the power to say that?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at the chat. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I was saying, doesn't Don Cato have the power to tell ZX, look, you're my friend.
Of
I like
course,
the
of
friendship we
course, of
have.
course. Look, just cut the shit. Stop it.
Right. So
Just
I
cut
don't
the
want you to
fucking.
talk about me and my woman anymore. Please don't speak about the
He,
situation
he
dealing
doesn't
with
even have the. He
Kimmie and
doesn't
the
even have.
receipts or whatever. He has the power to say that, right?
Of course, he's encouraging it. That's not hard to
Right. And he
tell.
hasn't done it. Right.
Yeah, of course. He's not. He's encouraging it. He said, I'm sure that might not stop ZX, but it might stop him.
Yeah,
I, I,
at least on his end, he could say he tried. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's not the case.
Nope.
And
Because
that's
he
where my
wants the
problem comes in.
attention.
And you can't say that the woman is obsessed with him, but she's not willing to do certain stuff. A person that will sit outside your house for 4 hours or 8 hours and leave, or 4 hours and come back again for another 4 hours, you can get them to do any damn thing you want them to do. And like I told the person yesterday, we can't get too worked up about people because
I've known her longer than most people, and she's not a type of person that you can control. She does what she wants. You can speak with her and come to an agreement about how you're going to handle a situation, and she's going to go do it her way every time. She's not a person that's following direction. She moves the way that she wants to move.
Because she has enablers. That's why.
That's just who she is. Like you say,
what she
that's
wants
just
to
who
do.
she is.
She does what she wants to do because she can, because she's allowed. For what I can see, even online, she's allowed to do it, and that's why she does it.
Well, whatever the
right
reason,
people playing with her.
Yeah, she can make it worth your while.
Well, hey, there you go. So I mean, hey, that could be it too. But whatever the case may be,
that's it.
And you notice if it's somebody that's gonna call her out on her bullshit, she's not gonna be around. She's not gonna be anywhere near them. That's the problem I think with V. Lenore. A lot of people took some stuff truth and stuff she was saying, and I didn't see anything wrong with a lot of stuff she was saying. But people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to be held accountable. But I also understand friends who or people who don't will not keep reminding the person of what they're doing, because when a person has their mind made up and they just want to, like, self-love, that's something that's taught from the time you're a little child. You can't instill that in somebody already 46, 47, 45, or whatever years old or whatever. So I get it. I'm not going to stress myself to keep telling somebody something over and over again. So I understand people just letting people do what they want to do. But a lot of stuff she does is because she's been coddled. She's been babied. And I've been saying that from the get-go, and I continue to see it. I've never really heard her have to own up to anything. Even in this situation, she's not taking any responsibility for her part in it while we're here, or while Kimmie's even in it. I haven't seen any accountability at all. So I see a lot of stuff, and
maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe she feels it's YouTube. She doesn't know YouTube any accountability.
Yeah, she doesn't owe YouTube any, but she owes her friend some.
Maybe they think they're her friend and she's not their friend. Maybe they're tools to be moved around the board like little chess pieces. These people aren't friends. Friends don't do these things to each other. Let's be real. Friends, and I have had some friends on here, but friends don't air each other publicly when they can talk to each other on the phone. Friends don't use each other for content. These people aren't friends, in my opinion. I see someone saying the chance that they can't stand me because they can't take the truth, or they can't take a different opinion that cuts through all the BS. These people are not friends. These people use each other.
Say it ain't no friends on YouTube, but hey,
these are symbiotic relationships. You know, just like a flea is on a dog, or that's not a good example, but they're symbiotic relationships where they benefit in ways that benefit each other. And that's okay. It provides for entertainment and content. The unfortunate thing is that people's real life get involved.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just say, look, we'll see what happens or whatever. I wouldn't, if I was Kimmie, and maybe this is why Kimmie's just kind of sitting back, because when you know what you know and you have what you have, there's no need to be all worked up and wound up. You get what I'm saying? When you know that you're covered, okay. Especially if you cover twice. If you're covered by the blood and then you're covered by the receipts, you know that you ain't got nothing to worry about. So I can also understand why Kimmie's just kind of like, okay, well, yeah, carry on, you know. But hey, if I have to go there, it's you know, it's not gonna be it's not gonna work out in your favor. So I would say that everybody should just pipe down some, you know.
I would believe a recording before I believe a text message from anybody. The people on YouTube are real crafty. They falsify court documents.
Shelly, honey, I just came back up because I left abruptly. I wasn't able to find that. I do have some people on that though, and I will follow up with you on that.
Okay, I'm gonna listen back to it over again because I didn't hear her say that yesterday. I don't remember the date, but I do remember a couple of days ago her saying something to the effect, but it wasn't verbatim like that. So even though I feel how I feel in this situation, I'm not going to tell you something just to get you to jump off the porch. Like, I don't think you need to jump off the porch. You get what I'm saying? I think you can sit back, and I think those other people still have an opportunity to rectify this. And I would say I would give them an opportunity.
Yeah.
To rectify the situation. And if you know, you move forward and you go about your business and, you know, nobody's bothering you, then, hey, listen, guess what? We'll go along with another news story because nobody really cares. You get what I'm saying? But if it's going to be a Kimmie this and a Kimmie that, then that's I could see that being, and it is a problem. Because even with me, I feel some type of way about it. I don't like it, you know? So
right, yeah, and I am. You know me well. I'm very unbothered because I'm so covered, and so that's that on that. And yeah, I mean, my letters are let's go to court. That's just it. Let's just go to court, and we can stop talking about it, and we can just go to court. I don't have a problem with it.
Let's just say she were to get sued, okay? For what, defamation of character? And whatever, you know, that she would be sued for. He has to sue her. He has to go through the court cause. He has to serve her and give her notice. And wherever the court case to be heard, you know, if it's heard in California, whatever. All right. So she sued for defamation of character, and let's just say that he went to judgment. That the court rules or the jury rules that he was defamed by what
it'll
Kimmie
never
said.
happen.
It won't happen.
Hypothetically,
it'll never happen. Your hypo
let's
is
just say
flawed.
he was defamed. What type of? So the damages are determined by how it damaged his ability to earn. And being a gay man does not damage your ability to earn. What it did to his reputation, who knows what the damage would be? Then he'd have to collect it. There's not going to be any lawsuit. Because people that are gonna file lawsuits, you know what they do?
Shut up and do it.
They don't talk about it.
They shut up and do it. So
they don't talk about it.
Let's go to court. Justice for Kimmie. Let's go to court. That should just be what it is. Let's go to court. And on that note, God bless y'all and y'all endeavors. Shells, I'll be in touch. Love you and thank you for having me.
And Beasley, I'm gonna go ahead and let you down. Thank you for coming up. I am going to be closing out.
Thank you for having me up. I always like to run my mouth, especially when I know what I'm talking about, which is most of the time.
Yeah, next time, make sure you ain't eating, honey. I can't take it. I'm the noise police. I can't do it.
All right.
But
catch you later.
All right. Have a great day. So look, that's the conclusion. I know that's right, Kim. That's the conclusion from today. I will tell you that the poll has 68% that feels that MU and DK are running a play. They're basically working together. And we have 32% that said no. And that's out of 247 votes. So no matter how you want to slice it, it just doesn't look good, period. Okay. So I love each and every one of you guys. I'm sorry that I didn't get to go through the chat and talk to each person individually. I hope you guys have been entertained today. We have talked about a little bit of everything and everybody. I told you I was feeling in some type of spirit today. Okay. All right. So, but I am glad that I was also able to have civilized conversations, because that's when you actually learn stuff and you hear stuff. I hate over talking. I hate screaming. I hate all of that right there. So, Oh Lord, said there ain't nobody worth a damn. But I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta put that up there too, because some people feel that way, that they ain't on nobody's team. Anyway, I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. You will either see me or hear me in the next video. I'm also waiting on, let me check something else, because I was waiting on this link and I didn't see it. So I don't know if that person paid the money or what, because when it came to the recordings, I had heard that she never. Oh, okay. Yes, I didn't get the link for that, so I'm thinking maybe they're trying to work out something like that, or they're trying to stretch these recordings out. But if I do end up getting a link, or I do end up getting the recordings that I had talked about on the spaceship, I will be back or find a way to get in contact with Pizarro or whatever like that. So look, that's going to be it, and that's going to be all. I know some people may get offended by my commentary today. It's not personal. It's just my personal opinion. I don't have beef with anybody. I don't have time to be beefing with anybody. God has been good to me. And yeah, I'm a little bit messy, so I'm going to get messy sometimes. But, you know, all in all, it is what it is. Okay. So let me go ahead and leave out with some music. And I will see you guys later. Love you guys so much. Bye.
But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Girl, you too fine, go light, I lie. Me, I know the lie, oh. See, not only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, yeah. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy. You're my fantasy. Only you, they my head, oh. Only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy, yeah. Killing man, no. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind.
Okay, I don't think that's the problem. I don't know the man personally, so I'm not here to try to slander anybody, but that's not what was said. So I'm just saying, and look, if you put it on YouTube, we're going to talk about it. It was put on YouTube, so that's why I'm talking about it. Don't bring it to YouTube. We ain't going to talk about it. So I know some people can get mad, but we talked about it, okay? So I'm just saying, all right, this is the last time. I'm leaving for real this time.
Man, no. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Girl, you too fine, go light, I lie. Me, I know the lie, oh. See, not only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, yeah. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy. You're my fantasy. Only you, they my head, oh. Only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy, yeah. reality. Oh yeah, 'cause I don't wanna wake up from this dream. Them say something must kill a man. Oh, nah, nah, nah. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Oh, yeah. 'Cause not only you in my mind, oh, yeah, yeah. See you to find me, I know the liar. See now only you in my head, oh, yeah. Only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause confusion in my head, oh, yeah. Me I know the liar, but me I know the liar. Only you in my head, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause commotion in my head, oh, yeah. Me I know the liar, my fantasy. See now only you in my head, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause confusion in my head, oh. Me I know the liar, I know the lie. Only you in my head, oh, yeah. Only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me I know the liar, my fantasy.